It's all from the out of the big lake they call it. Here they say your mom, she's up for dead. When the girls and all never got
Oh, there we are. Welcome to the Smallmouth Crush Live. I guess it's 8 o'clock. Every Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern, you can catch myself and co-host Epic Eric talking about some great fishing adventures.
Painting techniques.
And, somebody said it was the worst live they've ever seen in their life last week. And I said to him, you know what I said to him?
Yeah. What'd you say to him, Travis?
I said, cut me some slack, man. I'm a busy guy. Hey, I want to know who's new.
I think you said that. Nobody else did. And you know what I said to you? You mean your part was the worst live that they'd ever seen, right? I think that's what they're really trying to say. You were lame, but that's okay. We'll give you some space, bro.
You want? Hold on.
You're not starting out good, man. Ignore the phone. Your phone's off. Phone's down.
Yep. Dun, 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 dun. We got an awesome show lined up. We got a great guest. Brooks from Cortland Line will be joining us. And we're not going to just talk about the Line brand and everything they got going on at Cortland. We're gonna dig in a little bit into Brooks' life. What's he's all about, man? Because he's got to
get to know Brooks. Get to know Brooks. Okay.
That's right. So it's going to be a good show tonight. I'm excited. Yeah. These comments are crazy. Yeah, I only got a few more doors to paint, guys, but it's coming along.
Good. You got a little more energy tonight.
I do.
That's good.
I'm feeling good.
That's good, man. You couldn't post up for me when I catch the biggest bass in my life, but that's okay. We'll forgive you, man.
Oh, man, I was definitely entertained by that video.
I thought it was pretty damn good, man. I thought the comments were great when the video was shown, for sure. That's right. Who's in the house tonight, man? Who's new? Anybody? We got all the usual suspects: Tom, Slumpy, Jeff Riddle, Anthony.
Sean.
Oh, Darius, Jig Squad. What up? Kuda, Bo Judd, Michael Bradley, Sean,
Jeff Riddle,
Mark D. Travis, I'm trusting you brought 5 spools of yellow 5-pound braid. I still haven't seen any, but we're going to be talking about that with Brooks today.
We will. Man.
That's right.
Deep River Bassin.
Oh, nice.
Anybody new? Anybody just like jump on? Who's dang? Is that you or me, Eric? Come on, buddy.
Not me.
What hat you sporting tonight?
Dark Seas, bro.
Dark Seas. What's Dark Seas?
Sometimes I'm in Dark Seas, man. So when I'm feeling dark, I wear the Dark Seas hat, man. You'll know my mood by the hat.
You got some emotional issues going on right now?
No, you got the emotional issues, motherfucker. I got my shit straight. I'm just telling you what my mood is.
I got you. Yeah. What's up, B? B Shane? Sean?
James McMullen?
James?
Nathan's new. Come on now. Robert Linson from the West Coast representing.
Man. Hey,
That's
I think
right, Paul. Thank you, brother.
I think there was a red crest going on.
You think so?
I mean, I heard. Don't know.
You don't know who won?
I have no.
I got you. You truly don't follow it then.
Yeah. Do you?
But at least you knew what was going on.
I know, because somebody messaged me about it.
I got you. Right.
Yeah.
Thrifty won it, man. What's up, Jack B? Thrift. Smoked him. See, yeah, Wave Currents and Ice. You know his nickname, Smoke. He smokes like you smoke on the water, bro.
Smoked them.
But I don't think he smokes the spirit shads, the natural stuff.
I
He
don't
might
know.
be a Marlboro man. You're like that clean smoke dude.
Right. What else we got here?
Well, let's get the show going, bro.
Oh,
Bring on Brooksy, man.
we're waiting for him. I don't see him down below, so I told him 15. We got some time to kill.
Brooksy's late. Okay, well, why don't you give us the update, man? What's going on?
I thought you were fishing a tournament, or are or going to.
I got nothing for you.
Nothing. Hold on.
It's like watching paint dry. I got nothing for you, bro.
Did you fish a tournament?
Got nothing for you.
Don't want to go there.
Negatory.
Okay.
We got our asses kicked.
Yeah.
No practice, swung for the fences, and we did not catch them.
For real?
Yeah. And then iced on Sunday. That's probably the coldest, one of the coldest I've ever top 2 coldest moments on a boat for me. Literally an icing.
Yeah. Anthony, the ghost light was I think it's the neighbor's yard light.
Oh.
I'm just
no
saying.
ghosts.
I'm just saying.
I didn't hear about no ghost light, man. Enlighten us.
Whew. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
What's on the horizon?
For you or me?
You.
Like in what do you mean? What horizon?
You have tournament coming up?
Yes. Smith Mountain Lake. So last week was Jordan. We needed 2 tournaments out of the North Carolina division to qualify for the Virginia championship. So we went into a lake that, I fished a couple times. We came in 5th last year. We had some boat problems last year. No boat problems this year, except for one power pole. Didn't affect us at all. And we slung big baits for the big bites, and we did not get them. Big fish are there for sure. Yeah, man. So next weekend, Smith Mountain Lake. That's a lake that we both feel comfortable on. So
good.
And then we're gonna fish Kerr on Sunday. So we got 2 tournaments this weekend: Kerr, and Smith Mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, man. No, Darius, I don't like cold fishing, bro. I was wearing the Stormer suit and still was for a reason.
Where which one are you looking forward to the most?
Right now, I would say Kerr.
Oh,
that's where he won 32 last year. I actually won almost 40 on Kerr last year. And we've knocked on the door on several championships on that lake. So really looking forward to that.
I got it.
Yeah. Smith Mountain, we'll have like 2 hours of practice. So it ain't much practice going in to figure out where they are. So you kind of have to rely on, a spring pattern. It's a giant lake. They could be many, many places. You can go up the river and fish dirtier water. You can stay in the really clean, cold water.
Go.
I don't know. We'll have 2-3 hours to figure it out. It depends on what time Scooter gets there on Friday afternoon. It'll stay light till 7. We'll ride around. It's not like they're going to be bedding. We can look for anything. So, what can you get done in 3 hours? Make sure your gear's right. Nah, not much at all. So really going in blind and cold. I mean, Scooter was out for like, I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks. Anyway, he's back in the saddle. He's guiding again. So he's got a lot of guiding to do. So he's electing to just, guide hard and jump in and fish as hard as we can and do what we can with no practice right now. So not ideal, but it's going to be what it's going to be. So,
How many people do you see right now on watching? I have 0.
Me too. It's shocking that there's that many comments coming through.
They have to be watching us.
No, there's 150.
Oh,
that I see. Well, we just lost one. No, he's back. It was 149 to 150. Hey, for anybody interested, I'm just going to show you something from the Bass Lab. I'm going to put up some Suddeth. And a lot of people chase these. If there's anybody out there, there's going to be a good number of the Suddeth Big Boss Hog, and they're rattling. They come in a floater and a sinker. I sold a lot of my little Earls, and those are pretty sought after too. But you could check them out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I got to know the son of the maker, Blake Suddeth, and I fished the Rattling Little Earl and the Boss Hog, which is basically a flat-sided crankbait, and they are made out of foam. It's like a 2-part foam, so it gets the consistency of balsa, and they're decent baits. So they'll be on the Bass Lab this week sometime. I think I'll take a bunch of pictures of them, and you guys can check them out. They do come in a sinker though, and I think a sinking crankbait, because you guys know I make my crankbait suspend or slowly sink with wire and lead, and especially in the spring. So this is the same bait. One is sinking and one is floating. When I say sinking, it doesn't sink like a rock. It's a slow sinker. So as you're, worming in the early spring, chunk rock, which I like the, channel swing banks leading into spawning pockets, you'll find bass. Sometimes it pays dividends to either throat weight your crankbait, do the wire tie like you've seen me do before with little lead wrap, but these you don't have to, because the sinking version is a slow sinker. So don't sleep on a sinking crankbait, man.
There you go.
There you go. There'll be a few up this week.
Very
That's
good.
what's with the Bass Lab. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome. So a couple comments. People were wondering if I'm going to be at the Classic. Yes, you're going to be able to find me wandering around the expo. I probably will be hanging out at the St. Croix booth. And not so much, I'm going down there to help Mercury out, but I'm not necessarily always in their booth. However, if you see Michelle, she's the blonde girl at Mercury in the booth. She's always kind of dressed up in her Mercury vest or something. Say, hey, where's Travis? I'm looking for him. Or if you head on over to St. Croix, ask anybody working there, where's Travis? And they'll kind of let you know what my schedule is. And you can hopefully find me at some point if you want to say hi. So also, I saw another comment. Am I fishing the ABAs in New York? Yes, I am probably going to fish mostly just, I think, the one in July. We are probably going to do the Smallmouth Crush Open again this year. I just haven't had any time to think about that. And I know the date was going to be right after the ABA, just like last year. So a Sunday event. And unfortunately, Eric will not be able to join me because you and Scooter have some things going on down south. So
That's right.
Bojangles is calling. What can I say? I can't compete with Bojangles.
No Bojangles this year, bro. We're not fishing any of those. Yeah, Collins, Cat, or Angler's Choice.
Hardy's Open, whatever you want to call it. Roy Rogers Invitation.
I call it $32,000. That's what I call it, bro.
There you go.
You got to fish for the big money, bro. You don't get a chance as a team to fish for that kind of money. So can't miss the championship.
Oh, man. I thought you froze for a second.
What up? You reading? No, I'm just answering Jeff Riddle.
Oh, JP's doing good. If you're asking about the JP.
JP,
I
tall
talked
as a tree.
Earlier today. Briefly, he's always calling me at the wrong time.
Everybody calls you at the wrong time, bro. You've been telling me that ever since I've known you.
Okay.
I'm just telling it like it is, man. I'll call up Travis. Yes.
Oh.
I used to call you when you would listen to your multiple streams a day, so there was really no time to call you when it was not a good time.
It's like life would be so much easier to find my ear pods. I have no idea where they are. It's just so much.
Really? Did you lose them? Today? Just today?
No, they've been missing a month.
Get yourself a new pair, bro. And then you'll have a backup when the old ones show up. You don't think they got dropped in the snow, do you? You'll probably find them in like May.
I've been buying so many backups of backups.
For stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, I bought a second Milwaukee vacuum, bud.
Because the first one broke?
It got loud.
You're wearing it out.
Yeah. Why isn't this thing charging right now?
Anthony Geis wants to say, he said you call them ear pods. I think they're called AirPods.
Oh,
AirPods.
Same thing. You knew exactly what I was saying.
We all knew what you were saying, bro.
Okay.
Anthony Geis says, clean the filter, Travis, when it gets loud. Have you ever cleaned the filter?
Oh, yes. I took the whole thing apart.
The whole vacuum.
Oh yeah, all these little screws, everything. I got way deep into this thing, thinking, yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny, bro.
Why aren't we charging here, bud? Can't deal with
You
this
mean-
every freaking week. Remember last week the stream just ended, guys?
It's because your laptop ran out of juice.
Yeah, well, we're kind of in the same situation right now.
Not good, man.
No. But when it gets to that point, I will try my best to fix this. Gino in the house. What's up, Gino?
The operator.
Oh man.
AKA the operator. That's the guy you want that has your back.
Yeah.
If things go south.
That's
I want
right.
Gino standing right behind me with JP. Tripper breaker, maybe. Slumpy Grumpy's give you a tip, man.
I got the orange light on the extension cord, so there's power going in.
Okay. Are we charging yet?
It doesn't show charge up here.
What do you got left?
Half, but it goes quick.
Oh man, I know when you're streaming.
We're in trouble.
So you better get Brooksy on
Problem
fast because
is,
it's gonna be a
there's little
quick show.
connection here. I'll show you guys. Well, why do I gotta
Well,
explain?
why not? There you go. Look at that garage, man. Looking
There's
good.
a little connection here.
Yeah.
And if I move it, it's going to take this camera off, and then I'll be stuck with the camera that shoots out of here instead of this one.
And that's a problem
I tried
because
flipping it around, guys. So yeah, so here's the garage. We've come a long way. I didn't. I stained the beam, but not that part. We got a few things going on up here. We got the reason why there's going to be cabinets right here, so we don't have to do the hardwood, the wood barn all the way.
Yeah,
that's why it stops. Got the unit heater going.
Nice.
We got more barn wood all the way down. It's coming.
Looks good, man. Yeah, it looks good.
There's still a lot going on up in here, though.
Oh yeah, you can see, man.
Yeah. But we'll get there. My office is almost pretty much complete. I'd love to take you up there, but I'm just too scared to move anything right now.
Yeah.
All right. Since we got 20% battery left, I guess we should try to bring on the guest of the
20%.
I'm not liking his camera angle. I'm a little nervous. I just don't want to bring him on.
It went from 50 to 20 that fast?
No, I'm joking. I have no clue.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I have no clue. Here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Brooks.
Can you hear me?
What's up? What's up, buddy?
Well, another classic technical difficulties trying to sign on my laptop, but I put my kids to bed and I stole their iPad, so I'm good to go.
Okay, good.
Nice.
We've been looking forward to this date for a while. I wanted to get you on the show. Yes, I want to talk about Cortland and all that stuff, but I want to talk more about you, man. I want to get into your life, what you got going on. So we're going to be drilling you a little bit. Might be going to some, areas you might not want us to go to tonight. So we'll see what happens.
I'm not sure I'm on that bandwagon, Brooksy, but
I'm getting a little echo.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. I did feel a little awkward at my camera angle, but then I remember the last time I watched the show, Travis was doing it from a pool in Florida, so I don't feel that bad.
What's the echo now that we've got Brooks on?
Yeah, so that's on Brooks' side. Brooks, we got a little feedback on your end.
I think so.
How many screens do you have open right now?
I only got one open. Still got.
I think you need. Do you have the
AirPods?
Put your ear pods on. All right, maybe Sean's gonna hook me up with how to get power. I got all the. I can't talk with this echo, Brooks.
I'll go mute.
Man, he better get his act together.
Give him 1 minute.
He better get his act together here.
Hold, please.
Let me take him off just in case. There, he took himself off. We got to get this power right, bud.
There's a lot of things we got to get right. Power, Brooks.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take it out of here.
Okay.
It's like doing surgery here. Bear with me, guys.
We're bearing with you, man.
Once I get everything in order, I'm still gonna fucking suck. But let's see here. That's the truth. Oh, maybe I'll go over here with it.
That's a good idea.
Boom. We can go all night.
I heard it.
Yeah.
I heard it. The magic. Doink.
Jeez.
Sean Light says, LOL, still going to suck.
That's right. Oh,
Sean, you are funny, man.
Let's get into tonight's show. I have a pretty cool little topic I want to discuss. And
What's on your mind with Brooksy, man?
well,
You didn't share much with me, so you're running the show, bro.
dude's got a lot going on, man. You know.
Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I can't wait to interview about the light line that you used that I convinced you that might make a difference.
Okay.
2.9 pound test, man. You held it up on the screenshot, bro.
That's right. Yeah, we need to talk about that.
I think so.
Ooh, we do.
Oh no, we ain't.
Oh no, we ain't.
Sean Wave Currents and I says Sean told Travis to do that 10 minutes ago.
All right. Well,
547 Nathan. What am I going to say, man? I'm trying to get him straight, but there's no getting the guy straight. Look, he's in the middle of a house crisis. What can you do? It's going to be what it's going to be.
A house crisis. What's going on out there in the world, Eric? I haven't been following nothing.
Don't know. Neither do I.
Are we still good as a country? Are we bombing anyone? Like, what's going on politically? Is there like
same old, man? I don't know. Reach out to your homies. You got a lot of sources. You got way more than I do.
Dude.
Right?
Yeah.
I just try to keep my head down, run my business. You know what I mean? Take care of my family.
Yeah.
Love my cats. Enjoy my friends.
I had a cat in the backyard the other day.
Okay. Is he black?
Yes, it was.
Good luck sign, man.
It's good luck.
Yeah. We adopted a black cat, Oliver, man, because they don't get any love, man. I'm not superstitious.
Me neither.
Old wives' tales, you know.
Thanks are failing. Whoa, what's up? Oh my God. Did you know that one? So the episode, so a guy I follow, you guys, holy shit. His prediction was a major bank was going to collapse in March.
I think somebody could have told you that 5 years ago.
I didn't know anything about it.
When they rolled back the legislation on Frank Dodd and small to mid-sized banks didn't have to do the stress test stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's 5 years old news, but I mean, congratulations to
don't worry. Biden has things running smooth. Okay,
to your predictor.
Oh, geez. Here we go. Where's Brooks at, man? What the heck?
They predicted that 5 years ago.
Here we go.
But your guy's on it, man. I respect him.
Oh, where'd he go?
Is this any better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we good?
It's a little scratchy.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
You sure it's me?
It's you.
Stay completely still.
Good.
Say something.
Good.
Oof. Scratchy.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Dang it.
I got one more thing. Keep going, and I'll jump back on.
We got you, man. It's all good, bro. It's all good.
Hurry back.
It's all good.
Hurry back. Whew.
It's the mic.
It's always something, man. I'll tell you what, doing those.
I know that's why you do a sound check. You kind of get everybody on at 7:45.
You know what?
I know we used to do that, but that's too much, and I get it.
It's the mic on his headphones rubbing against his shirt. Why didn't we think of that?
But that's why you do a sound check. We wouldn't have had the echo to begin with. We could have done the sound check. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was the microphone. He probably got some like shitty headphones that were like, you know, when the cord starts to break or they've been stepped on.
Oh yeah.
He sounds better than old Joe.
Oh, you guys, come on.
Yeah, Anthony, I threw the slobber knocker down in Florida, man. It's harder thumping than like a jackhammer. They ate it. I like a few of the colors. I threw one that looked like a blueback herring. Good looking color. I have not been on the bay yet. Anybody been on the bay yet?
I have not been on the Chesapeake.
No, I always miss all the good spring bites anymore on the Chesapeake because I'm busy.
I'll tell you what, here's some good news, guys. I'm going to pick up my new boat maybe Wednesday or Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk a lot about that. I'm going to make a pretty cool video. Bass Fishing Electronics is rigging my boat up in over in New Hampshire right now. And so we're going to do a really in-depth video about this new boat build because I did some special and unique things to this Camus this year. Of course, we got that from Thayer's Marine, who's a sponsor of the of this live show this week. So
go Thayer's, man.
I want to give a shout out to Richie. He's been great. And I'm hoping to get the trim up behind me. See this little whiteboard? That's not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So we got to get that trim up, and then I got to get on my hands and knees and clean all this, I guess you would call it
Drywall dust.
Drywall pods
Dust.
of duck. Yeah.
Oh, the mud.
Yeah.
Drywall mud. Yeah.
Yeah. Bill's not the best at picking up after himself when it comes to drywall mud.
You don't want the skill guys doing the cleaning. You want the skill guys to do the skill
I'll
work.
tell you one thing, guys. And listen, if anyone's in Jefferson County, St. Lawrence River, this area that needs some work done during the off season, Bill Lawrence is the man. This dude is
nice.
So precise and detail oriented and just thinks outside the box, Eric. I want to give you a quick, since we're waiting for Brooks, let me show you how this garage was going to be. This wall here, so you knew my cabinets were coming.
Yeah.
So we were going to stop the wood at this corner.
Yeah.
And we were going to put this brick paneling up along the top here.
Yeah.
He's like, why don't you just run that halfway and then do a little, in case you can see it from the side. See, we got the tin right there.
Yep. Yep.
And that way it looks like this whole room, because you can see back there, that wall right there is covered.
Yep.
And it's just the simple things that really make it makes this place pop by having that up there. And he, if he didn't say anything, I would have just went with that and it would have looked fine. But
oh, sure. No, that's like way better touch, man. What are you going to do to the floor? What are you doing to the floor?
So I'm going to have carpet, indoor, outdoor carpet in this section.
Okay.
And then just regular. I'm not going to do anything to the garage, the concrete just yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's doing a really good job. Let's see.
Right.
Let's see if Brooks is ready. Let's go, bro.
Am I here?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Okay, so I tried an iMac. That didn't work. Then I tried an iPad. That didn't work. And now I'm on an iPhone. Does that work?
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect, man. You sound great.
I'm
coming through.
As a, and we'll get into this in the show, as a host of a podcast now, I hate people with technical difficulties, so I greatly apologize. And for that, all listeners tonight for the next week will get free shipping on any Cortland order for the next week. And I'll even throw in a free sticker because I'm such an asshole for having shitty service tonight. So let it rip. Yes, between now and next Monday, free shipping on any Cortland orders, hat, braid, sticker, you name it. And I'll throw in a small Cortland sticker for you there.
Love it.
Sorry, boys.
That's fine. Now, the only thing you can do to make this better is turn your screen the other way so you're a little bigger.
You're asking a lot right now, dude.
There you go. What's the code? Joseph wants to know.
Free shipping.
That's what you type in?
Sorry, I didn't say that part. Yes, use code free shipping at checkout.
Okay. Perfect.
Nice.
Heck
Matt
yeah.
Grant's putting an order in right now.
That's awesome.
Unbelievable.
Excellent.
Now listen, Brooks, you've been on plenty of times. We fished together. We tried to make a video together. I had technical difficulties, so we never really brought that to YouTube. We plan on doing some. This unit heater just kicked on. We plan on doing some pretty cool things. Hopefully, now that I'm a little bit closer to you, more further north instead of south. But just for some of the viewers that might be new or are not familiar with Cortland and what you guys are all about, can you just give us a quick little recap of Cortland and why people should maybe take a closer look at your lineup of line?
Okay, so thank you for the introduction, Travis. And yes, we did have some terrible technical difficulties, although I wasted 10 minutes of your time tonight. Travis wasted 8 hours of mine in Chameau Bay fishing. Cortland line is in Cortland, New York. We're about a half hour south of Syracuse. That's where all the manufacturing of Cortland Master Braid comes from. And I know Eric and Travis, you've seen it all being made right there. It is cool. Made from start to finish in Cortland, New York, every single bit and piece of it. So number one, that is super cool. And that definitely separates us, from some other brands out there. Braid, as most of you know, is a very saturated market right now. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff coming from overseas. So if you're ever on Interstate 81 going up through and you're like, I want to make sure this place is actually making braid, stop on in and I'll show you myself.
That's so cool.
We've been in business since 1915 in Cortland, New York, all of those years since 1915.
That's crazy.
Our number one product that, Travis uses and Eric uses and that we'll talk about is Master Braid, which is a premium Spectra fibered super braid. We make it in 5 pound through 200 pound and 5 different colors in 150 yarders, 300 yarders, all the way up to 5,000 yarders. We employ around 30 people, about 25 of them total in the office and the plant. There's about 7 or 8 of us in the office, the rest in the manufacturing facility. So is that a good enough rundown, Travis?
Oh, yeah, that's really good, man.
All right, good.
No, totally. You guys know I'm not going to go, I love the braid. I'm totally into it as far as your 5, 8, 10, the lighter braid. And of course, when I do get into some heavy cover and get to fish for some largemouth, of course, the silent flip, which is a great braid for stealth, for vegetation, for punching, for fishing mats, for largemouth. And then, of course, I just like your regular Master Braid 50 pound for throwing top waters like a spook, a walking bait. Really, any application you use braid. Most of the time, I'm using 65 for flipping, pitching, punching. I'm using 50 for some other applications. And then you're going to see me go really nothing over that 15. I'm going to be in that 5, 8, 10, 15 pound range. That's my applications. And of course, you also make some killer leader material, fluorocarbon, light, real light. And that's worked out great for me. I've been experimenting with that this year. And now that I'm getting a little more into steelhead fishing, which is something you are really huge into, which I do want to get into a little bit with you. But that's been working out great for me. What are some other products that maybe we're not familiar with or not mentioning, or maybe we should take a little bit a harder look at? Anything that you can think of? Go ahead, Eric.
Important note before Brooksy goes, and Travis, I don't know if Travis shared this with you, Brooksy, but I just caught my personal best largemouth. Fish of a lifetime, 25-inch largemouth. I don't know if you saw my Instagram, but I was using, oddly enough, that's one of the spools, the very few spools that Travis gave me was a 30 pound. And I used Cortland 30 pound braid to a 20 pound big game mono leader on an old school Bagley Bango spintail minnow, caught a 25-inch bass down in Florida, man.
Your personal best?
100%. I've never caught a fish near that size. I've caught an 8.6, one that wouldn't fit in my live well in the Potomac. That was years ago. I think that fish was in the 9 pound class range, but this fish was far larger than anything I've ever seen. I've never seen a bass that big.
What did you catch it on?
I caught on a Bagley spintail minnow In fact, this is the bait right here. I'll show you.
I'm joking because like everything Eric uses is old school. I don't think Eric uses anything that's new school.
I do. I threw big baits that are totally new school, and I missed a giant on a big bait that I dream about, but and might have lost one bigger. But this is it right there, bro. That's the lure, man. And they were chomping it that day, right there, man. And I changed out my Gamakatsu hooks twice that day because I had several larger fish bend them out in the 5 to 6 pound class range, but that got it done right there, bro, right there. But that was on Cortland. I should have tagged you in the post. I didn't think about it.
Brooks, how many strands are in your master braid?
Great question.
So it'll vary depending on the size. So we have master braid in 4 carrier from 5 pound through 40. The 50 and 65 is a 6 carrier. The 80 is an 8, and the 130 and 200 is a 12 carrier. Okay. The silent flip you guys referenced, that's actually a 16 carrier braid. So we do things a little bit different. It's not straight across the board. We find, those carriers are unique to those sizes for those applications. And we've talked about that stuff before. Some, silent flip, that braid particular is super unique to Cortland. Like I said, it's a 16 carrier braid. It's not super round. It actually does lay somewhat flat. It actually, the word silent, it does actually mean something. A lot of guys, like, if you fish braid, that noise that braid makes in the guides when retrieving,
sure.
That braid laying flat and being super limp and supple, it definitely has a silent approach to, flipping and punching and whatnot. So kind of coming behind someone that's already fished an area that those bass might be a little keyed in on that type of noise, which, believe it or not, is a thing. Sure. Definitely has an advantage over some other guys. So yeah, we do things a little unique, in terms of carriers and whatnot. Definitely you got to make yourself special and unique in this saturated braid market, which we discussed earlier.
Right on, man.
I'm getting a few questions here we need to discuss here. Can you see the comments too, Brooks?
I cannot, but I'm also working on a tiny iPhone. And actually, the first show I ever did, I didn't know that there was comments until I went and watched it on YouTube again. And I was like, I can't believe I missed this entire thing, the entire show. So
I remember that you felt like there was a show within the show, and there always is a show within the show.
So South Jersey goes, Brooks, why isn't there a smaller size and hollow core? Is it not possible to make smaller sizes like 30 or 40 pound? I've always wondered that would be awesome for a top shot on baitcaster.
So 40 is as light as we go. You could make something down into the 30 to 20 pound range, but the individual fibers, they're called deniers. To have a 16 carrier denied fiber, it's extremely expensive.
Wow.
The smaller the fiber, the more expensive it is. The larger the fiber, the less expensive it is. So it's more of a price thing. If you want to pay the money, man, I'll build it. But majority of the market, it kind of prices you out of that ballpark range in terms of
how many 1,000 yards we have to order of 16 to 20 pound or 20 to 30 pound. What do you think? Is it 100,000 yards? Or
yeah, it's going to be pushing there, and I'd have to chat with Nate, and you guys know Nate, but
the production guy.
Yeah, Nate, awesome. He'd probably be pretty pissed if I told him tomorrow we got to make 20 and 30 pound hollow core.
Fair enough. Hey, Waves Current and Ice wants to know, and this is a trout question. What fly line would you recommend for fishing / trolling for brook trout on a northern lake in spring? I have a 6-weight and 8-weight rod, and the average trout is 2 pounds.
So we actually make a fly line called Trolling, and it was built just for that. It's actually a pretty big market in New Hampshire and Maine.
How about that?
It's a 150-foot level trolling line. Guys will literally, build a leader off the fly line, put their fly on there. They dump line behind the canoe, and they start paddling around with the canoe.
Never heard of that. That's so cool.
It's actually a really big market up in like New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine. If that's what he's referencing as far as trolling, that's the most common method that I know. But yes, we do make a PVC coated sinking fly line for trolling behind a canoe.
Making me want to break out my old Sage center axis reels, man. I'm telling you, I love those things, bro.
It'll
I got a
it'll work.
2-weight, 4-weight, 6-weight. That'd be
Yeah,
oh
so
my god.
that line we actually rate from a 5-weight through an 8-weight, just because trolling, you're not actually casting.
Yeah, makes sense.
You're kind of flatlining straight with the rod straight with a slight bend into it, so it can absorb a little bit of a bite. But it's a unique way to fish. A lot of guys, they might even use two rods, one on the left, one on the right, as they troll. But yeah, those guys in the North Country, I call it. That's definitely a thing going on up there.
That's very cool.
Okay. Wow.
But back to your question, Travis, you're like, what else is Cortland known for? I mean,
yes.
The biggest thing, like, we've been braiding, like I said, since 1915. We started building fly lines and PVC coated fly lines in like the 40s and 50s.
Unbelievable.
We've obviously been most recently known for fly fishing until, we really got into braiding spectra and hollow core and solid braids like that. We offer a ton of different fly fishing products. We offer a bunch of different leader materials. We'll be dabbling in the ice fishing market, which I know I've sent you some ice fishing stuff, Travis.
Yep.
And then the inshore, offshore saltwater game. The biggest thing, that I sell, because I'm a sales rep for Cortland from Maine to Maryland, so the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, is the hollow core offshore braid for marlin fishing, tuna fishing. We really, anything that has to do with line, with the exception of some odds and ends here or there, especially braided line. We make all the braided lines that you can get, but we're starting to get back into a little bit of the more mainline mono, fluoro, the leader material, the steel leader material. We got more products than I know what to do with right now, honestly.
Wow.
So as a sales rep for Cortland, and you cover the Northeast, what does that job entail? Like, what are your duties typically on average?
So it's kind of different for me because most sales reps are independent, right? They might rep, Nomad and Sims and St. Croix and all, right? They rep like 5 or 6 different brands. I only rep Cortland. I also work at Cortland in-house. So I have full-time job at Cortland in product development, marketing, sales, podcast, you name it. So I have a full-time job, and then I have another full-time job as a sales rep. So really my job as a sales rep, is one, I probably have, close to 200 accounts, both for fly, conventional, inshore, offshore. You have to service those accounts, so you have to go see those guys. So I'm kind of traveling, a couple times a month, 12 months out of the year, hosting and doing a lot of tackle shop shows, guys that have seminars. I'll be in the New Jersey Saltwater Expo this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I was just at an expo in Massachusetts called Cast Safari. That's for bluefin and offshore fishing. I did a fly fishing show. So I have to do all the seminars. I have to travel. And the biggest thing is really showing the dealers what's new, what's changed, where we're going with the brand, why they should believe in us, why they should stick with us. I mean, really selling the brand, you know what I mean? And fortunately, a lot of our customers, they already believe in Cortland. They like us. They like the brand. They like me. So my job's easy in that sense because the guys at my job do their job and make selling the product that much easier. But it's unique. I only represent Cortland, but it's difficult in the sense that I have to understand smallmouth fishing, largemouth fishing, marlin fishing, tuna fishing, brook trout fishing, salmon, steelhead. There's so many different markets, walleye fishing, that you have to be well versed in, and it's a long learning process. But I love fishing like you guys do. You know what I mean? So it is work, but at the end of the day, like it is a lot of fun, and my brain's like a sponge when it comes to fishing knowledge and fisheries, and I've just slowly become well versed in all of them. We did a trade show, and it's called the Niagara Outdoor Expo in Niagara Falls. I think that was like a month or two ago, and geez, the walleye trolling market, like for Erie, PA, and the Erie tribs and around Lake Erie in New York, is just a massive market. You know what I mean? And just completely different than anything else that I deal with. And just have to be well versed and open to all of it and just kind of listen. And if you don't understand it, listen more and learn it, and just acknowledge it. And it's a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, but it is a lot of work, and you got to deal with a lot of people, some fun customers, some angry customers, some cool guys, some not so cool guys, and
Everybody.
it is what it is.
What is one account that you just cannot seem to get your product in the door that you wish you could?
There's a couple bass fishing specific accounts that they're just, and I get it. Like Cortland is really, I would like to consider us bursting onto the scene in the bass world, right? We've made Braid for a long time, but the brand recognition and the marketing, like I just can't compete marketing dollar wise with some of those monster guys out there, but we'll get there someday. And I think coming back on the show for the third year in a row is saying a lot. And I know that we've sold more Braid is in terms of the bass fishing, especially in my territory, in the last 3 years than I ever thought was possible. So there's a few accounts out there that, are probably a little skeptical, and I agree with that. And I just fear that they might be a little late to the punch down the road, and I'd like for them to get on board. I know that the product is there. I know that the customer service is there. I know that the people are there. The resources are there. And it just, we're a small company, but we really believe in the people that buy from us. We support them. And it just, the product sells itself. And the people that have tried it, love it, continue to come back, buy different colors, buy different sizes, tell different people. And it just, the guys in the plant do such a good job, and customer service does such a good job. Again, the product speaks for itself. Like my job is easy when it comes to actually selling the product. So yeah, there's really just a few bass shops. We do really well in fly fishing. We do really well in inshore, offshore, saltwater fishing up and down the East Coast in my territory. But the bass fishing market, always somewhat hesitant when you don't come to the party with millions and millions of marketing dollars and try to wow. But we're here to stay. We're not a one-hit wonder where we burst onto the scene and then we're going to fade away in a year or two, like all these lure and rod companies and this Braid and that mono. You know what I mean? So it's a slow progression, which I'm totally fine with. I just, you hope people believe in your word and take your word for it. And they will eventually. You just got to keep knocking on those doors and it'll happen.
God, good enough. All right, let's switch gears a little bit, man. What's up in your life in general when it comes to fishing and things that you're into? I know you guide up here in New York on the tributaries. You fish the Salmon River quite a bit. I know you take clients out steelhead fishing as well as salmon. When's like the busy time of the year for you?
I mean, my busiest time is definitely salmon season. So Labor Day through Columbus Day, when the peak salmon runs come in, like my email, phone call, people looking for trips, friends of friends and friends of looking for trips. It's off the charts. It's unbelievable how many people want to be guided for salmon, which is really cool. So that month to 5-6 weeks is definitely my busy season. The second busy season would be trout fishing between April and June. And then it's a little spotty in the summertime and a little spotty in the wintertime for winter steelhead fishing, which is totally fine. It's just a weekend gig for me. Keeps my head in the game, helps me develop products at Cortland a little bit better, helps make some ends meet at home. But I mean, I have 2 full-time jobs at Cortland. So guiding is just kind of an afterthought. I really wanted to do it just because I've always wanted to do it. And I just was like, put your money where your mouth is and do it. So I dove into it. I got into it. I love it. It's fun. I've met some of the most incredible people. I've gotten, countless places to hunt from clients I never thought were possible. It's just,
wow.
That's
cool.
Guiding is super cool. You meet a lot of neat people, but for me, it helps me keep my head in the game at Cortland as a sales rep, working with shops, understanding what people need, want, how they deal with customers. So yeah, I mean, the spring and the fall are my busy seasons, which is fine because the winter and the summer are my busy travel seasons for Cortland. But it's just a weekend gig for me. I do maybe 1 weekend a month or a couple weekends a month during the busy season. And after that, I'm pretty burnt out at that point.
So if anybody wants to book a trip with you, how do they do that?
So I have a website called SyracuseOutdoors.com. You can inquire about a trip right through there. It's a pretty nice built website. My brother-in-law's friend built it for me. Did a great job on it, but you can punch my, name right in there, SyracuseOutdoors.com. You can find book a trip, and I usually go back and forth with guys in an email and a text. I find out what you want to do, when you want to come, do you want to fly fish? Do you want to spin fish? Do you want to do both? Do you want to do salmon, steelhead, drop back steelhead, trout fishing? My biggest thing is, I'm not super booked up on the weekends. So if there's bad weather or there's bad flows, I don't take deposits. I'll cancel a trip and we'll just try to rebook another time. I'm open. So I'm pretty, flexible in terms of like, I want to bring you when the fishing's good, right? I don't want to take you when it stinks. I want you to have a good time. I want to have a good time. I'm just not going to take your money. I want to have, a good time on the water with you, catch a few fish, make sure that when you leave your guided trip that you can come back by yourself and do it yourself because you learn so much. So that's kind of the biggest thing. But yeah, like I said, I don't do deposits. I'm flexible. I just want to go when it's good and have a great time. And I have such a good network of guides that I work with daily that if I'm booked and you're really set on those dates, I can find you 2 or 3 guys that are just as good and friendly as I am. So I'll even have guys reach out to me and they're like, hey, I don't even want to book you. I just want to know who I can go with. And I'm totally cool with that.
That's awesome, man. You got a great perspective on it, Brooks. I love it.
Well, it's a part-time job, so you can have that perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Go when it's good. Give them a memorable experience. Teach them a ton, man.
Yep.
I think I'd like to catch my first steelhead with you.
Well, if I show you all the spots that I showed Travis, I'm pretty sure you can catch them on your own because he did. And
okay, I gotcha.
Now when I show up and try to fish my spots, Travis is already there. So you just go with him.
He did sneak up on me one day, Eric. I was way down. I didn't answer my phone when he called. I was busy fishing. And next thing I know, he's like 30 feet up in the air on this cliff above my head. And last guy I expected to see because I didn't think you were fishing that day. But
well, I didn't think anyone would be in my spots either. And I saw boot prints in this first spot. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. And then I jump in my truck. I didn't catch anything there. I think I got one bite. And I jumped on Instagram and I see Travis was like at the river and he was at that spot. And I'm like, no chance those are his boot prints. So I go to a new spot and I called him from my phone, but I have 2 phones. I have a work phone and my personal phone. Yeah. Well, my work phone was dead, that Travis's number on. So I called Travis from my personal phone. He doesn't have that number. So I got side buttoned real quick on that one. So I go to this new spot and I see a truck parked there and it's got a bunch of guide stickers on it. And I know who the guide is. I guide with him. I'm like, shit, he's in this spot? Really? I'm like, there's only a few guys that know about this spot. He'd be one of them. All right. So I hike through the woods. I drop over the bank and I see this guy down there. And I'm like, all right, where's his client? Where's he? It's only one guy. I'm like, no way, that's Travis. I'm like, I don't think I told him about this spot too. So I call Travis. I see him getting in his waders, looking at his phone. He's like, hello. I'm like, God damn it. So we ended up fishing the rest of the day together. Long and short.
Funny. You catch him?
I think we got 2 or 3 bites. It actually, that day sucked, but we got some bites. We fought some fish, but we did not land anything.
Well, how are you fishing for him that day?
So in the wintertime, I personally like to float fish for steelhead with spin gear or a center pin, which is basically, a vertical bobber with a tapered lead shot line underneath it, to a bead or an egg sack. And
gotcha.
I like to fish that way. The fish are in slower, slackier water. You can get a good, long, clean drift for them. I mean, I'll fly fish for them. You know that. But I personally like to put the fly rod away when the water gets colder between December and March and float fish on, big, long float rods, like 11, 13 footers.
Holy moly, it's a giant rod.
It is. And with spin reels and center pins. I had the most fun doing that. You got to switch it up, man. I just get bored doing the same shit all the time. So I'll fly fish 3 different ways. I'll spin fish 3 different ways. I'll go saltwater fishing. I don't know. I get bored doing the same thing. So float fishing for steelhead in the wintertime, I have a lot of fun. Changing up my bead rig, shot line, egg sacks. And there's something about watching a float getting dunked under, you know,
Sure.
a 7-foot hole that it's addictive.
Wow. What's your favorite way when you're fly fishing for them to catch them?
Personally, I actually like to tight line nymph for them.
Okay.
It's not with an indicator. I don't
Yeah.
have floating fly line on the water. A lot of
Oh,
guys,
wow.
you can do a similar method with a spin reel and spin rod. It's kind of like bottom bouncing, right? You tapping
Yep.
bottom with split shot down. I like to take it's kind of a hybrid approach to that. But
Okay.
in October, November, when the fish are sitting in fast water and they're
Yeah.
eating eggs like crazy because the
Yeah.
water's fast and they're hungry, there's something about like tight lining for them that I really like. The eats are violent. You get to fish really heavy water. If you're good at it, you can fish water that a lot of people will skip because it's got a lot of boulders. It's rocky. It's tough to it's tough to read the water, but I grew up fishing like that. So I like to personally fish like that because on the Salmon River, when it's very busy, I can go into places where most guys will avoid and kind of pick apart some pockets. It's a little bit different way. In the grand scheme of things, it's bottom bouncing with a fly rod, maybe a little bit lighter of a split shot approach than most guys would consider.
Okay. Very interesting. Cool.
Good stuff. Hey, so I don't want to skip everyone's questions here, and we got to circle back to the to line talk real quick. Steve Hardy goes, "Sell me on Cortland. Why should I change out my Power Pro for 65-pound frog fishing?"
I saw that.
So
great question.
Cortland, everyone has their own unique way of making braid, right? With the exception of some overseas braids, because it's all made by the same two manufacturers. It's just someone slaps a different label on it. Cortland uses pure Spectra fibers, okay? Power Pro does as well. There's a difference between the way we adhere color and have a coating on our braid than, let's say, Power Pro and other braids. That's what makes us unique, because our coating is unique. It is different. The color lasts longer. It resists fading. The structure of the braid, there's no what I call a break-in period. Sometimes you might buy braid and it's very stiff, but after like 3 outings, it has that nice break-in period where it's starting to work. Ours functions right out of the box. It holds up in structure. It doesn't go limp after a long period of time where all of a sudden you're getting a ton of wind knots. We also have a process, well, the lack of a process that we like that makes our braid better. It's called heat stretching. So heat stretching basically stretches down the braid a little bit and it elongates the yield of a product. So when we braid at Cortland, we coat it, and it goes on the spool into a box and onto your reel. The heat stretching process, what that does is it elongates the braid and it makes the yield longer. So you could braid to, let's say, 46, 47, 4,800 yards, heat stretch, and get a 5,000 yard spool. So while ours might be a little more expensive, by skipping that process, you get a product that lasts a little bit longer. And it keeps it holds its body and retains its characteristics that Spectra is supposed to have. So
very interesting.
Once you heat stretch a braid, you've basically exhausted all its positive characteristics in that braid, such as durability, longevity, resistance to fraying, and all, down the list when it comes to braid. All those things that people that fish braid have experienced that have gone wrong over the years. Heat stretching kind of does that. So the lack of heat stretching, you basically retain the body and the characteristics of the braid from its original portion of the way it was braided. So it's a little more expensive or less cost effective for us in terms of, if you want to say that, but for long-term use, no break-in period, better body, better characteristics, less bleed, less fade. It's a better long-term longevity investment for your reel.
I mean, there it is.
Yeah.
Drop the mic and walk off the stage.
Not just that. There's more questions, buddy.
No, that's fine. I mean, listen, there's
what else?
There's a lot of good braids out there. Like everyone has a good braid, right? It's like bass rods right now. No one makes a bad bass rod. No one makes a bad bass reel. Everyone has something decent, right? There's braid out there and it's decent and it works. But if you're watching this show, you're obviously serious about what you're doing. So get serious in the line game is what I was. It's funny. Like line is almost an afterthought to a lot of people. It's like
That's
braid
right.
is braid, right? Well, if you're real serious and you really focus on your braid long term, you'll realize that once you switch braid, you're like, well, that wasn't a good decision. And then you'll try another braid and you might go back to yours. And all I'm saying is give ours a shot. And I'm confident you're really going to like it. There's a lot of people that listen to this show that tried fishing it a few years ago when I first aired, and now they have multiple colors, multiple sizes, and so do their friends. And it's, you know, like I said, it's a long-term approach without the marketing money there. Like, you're not going to find us in every single magazine, on every single, you know, YouTube channel, this, that, and the other thing. It's kind of a underground grassroots braid that a lot of people know about, but not a lot of people know about. And I'm cool with that. And the guys that are serious, that fish it and love it, they're serious about their bass fishing game, and that they continue to buy it.
South Jersey wants to know, Brooks, can I hear more about your nylon leader material? How much more abrasive resistant is it to your regular mono? And are these line level wound on or no?
So we do nylon tippet for the fly fishing market. We don't do a monofilament mainline yet. The monofilament leader material that we sell is more of a leader material for inshore, offshore saltwater, as well as some other, you know, trolling for salmon. It's not a mainline mono. So I don't know if he's referencing something different, but we don't do any mainline mono for the bass fishing market. Like I said, we do a nylon for the trout market, and we do some stuff for the inshore, offshore saltwater game as well.
Got it. Jeff wants to know, what 7-pound fluorocarbon do I recommend? So I've been messing around with, talk about your line material. Remember when you gave me about 8 or 9 spools of material to try, and I had some success with that, and they were in some funky pound test numbers, right?
Sure.
Like 6.8, whatever.
Yeah. So
what is that all about? And what would be equivalent to 7-pound test?
Got it. So the fly fishing market, the way we label what we mean, Cortland, meaning the fly market industry as a whole, the way fly fishing tippet or fluorocarbon is sold is in X sizes. It's a complete mind cluster F, you know what, the way that fly fishermen,
5X, 3X.
Fly fishermen have to be difficult all the time, 100% of the time. Okay. I'm just going to clear that up. So leader material, like let's say Seagar and P-Line and all the brands, right? That rating, like 6-pound, 5-pound, 8-pound, 10-pound, that is with a knot built in when they do a pull test and make sure it breaks where it breaks. Tippet for the fly fishing market is a straight pull, right? And you might be like, well, why would they do that? I don't know. I didn't invent it. We just follow the game. That's all I'm saying. So we sell fluorocarbon leader material in 6-pound, 8-pound, 10-pound, 12, all the way to 130, 200 pounds, something like that. That's with a knot built in, right? That's how you would buy fluoro leader material as a bass fisherman 10 out of 10 times. Tippet, fluorocarbon tippet is a straight pull, like I said. So we sell, it's called, they come in X sizes, 6X, 5X, 4X, 3X. It's an inverse of 11, meaning the diameter of the tippet spool, 7/1000ths of an inch, is 4X tippet. It equals 11. Again, I didn't make this up. We just follow what goes on. So fluorocarbon tippet, and we're going to end this after this because we're going to go down to dark road of just weirdness of fly fishing. So I gave Travis a bunch of this super light fluorocarbon that we offer. And he's like, dude, this is 5-pound. It's way thinner than the other 5-pound I use. I'm like, yes, but it's a straight pull. It's not with a knot built in. Understood? Right. So long story short is I told Travis, I go, match up the diameters. What do you use right now as fluorocarbon in 6-pound? It's probably 7/1000ths of an inch Seagar and Vizex or Bass Pro, whatever hell brand you use, right? Grab our 7/1000ths of an inch fly fishing tippet, okay? It's apples to apples in terms of diameter. Now you're just comparing what material is better. Like fluorocarbon is made multiple different ways. There's different layers, there's plasma coatings, there's hardness, stiffness, abrasion resistance, suppleness, all this different stuff. And I told Travis, I'm like, compare diameters of what you're using now to this new material I'm showing you, and then try it and tell me if you like it. And that's where we are today. So long story short is fly fishermen are very difficult, but if you happen to come across a fluorocarbon tippet spool and you're like, I want to try this, don't look at the pound test on the spool, look at the diameter, and that will get you close to what you're currently using as a leader material. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Or did I just confuse everyone on this chat?
Diameter is everything, because honestly, I mean, really, you see diameter lines and they vary widely amongst manufacturers.
They do. Diameter is everything. And don't think you go to a fly shop and you see this fluorocarbon and you're like, dude, this 8-pound is 2,000 smaller than my 8-pound. Like, what do these fly fishermen know that we don't? And the answer is nothing. It's just how we rate fluorocarbon versus the rest of the world. So please don't get fooled by fly fishermen. We're all liars anyways as fishermen, but fly fishermen are even worse than everyone else.
Sure. Wow.
As a former fly fisherman, I can tell you, because I hung around there, bunch of snooties, man.
Yeah.
They didn't like me because I threw it. I mean, I would conventionally fish, and they're like, that doesn't count. I'm like, okay, come to my world.
Yeah.
And see how easy bass fishing is. I took them out on the Potomac, and it was a rattle trap bite. They caught 0. I scorched them. I gave them the lures, same color, same size, rattle trap. I'm like, they're sitting in these ditches. Just got to pull, pop it, yo-yo it. Lots of different reasons on how to catch them. You'll catch them. It's really easy.
I'm a fly fisherman at heart. I love fly fishing. That's like what I do. But I became a better fly fisherman by doing more conventional fishing.
And I became a better conventional fisherman by doing fly fishing.
You just having an open mind and learning what other guys know and techniques and all that stuff. Just, you got to be a better angler, because like what you guys were talking, when the world ends and people start bombing people, Travis, as long as you can catch fish on a fly rod or a spin rod, you'll be all set.
There you go, man. Sticking some fly in a little hook fashioned out of bone.
Even after
dead people.
Listen, I have to go grab something and do something. And what I'd like to do,
that's really vague.
Is
you're gonna have to tell us what you're going to grab and do.
And take a piss. Is that what you want me to say?
All right.
That's exactly. I mean, look, we're just family here, bro. It's okay. That sounded really weird.
I'm
have
going
to grab something and do something.
I'm going to tell the story while you're gone, Travis, of when we first fished together on your bass boat. Okay.
Please do. I'll be right back.
Okay. Because this is a great story, Eric.
I can't wait to hear it.
Travis invited me up to whatever, Chameau Bay, Clayton, somewhere up there, St. Lawrence, that area, right, where he always goes fishing. And I honestly don't venture up that far. It's like 2.5 hours from my house. And he's like, come up, let's go bass fishing. And I don't bass fish a ton, not in the serious game like you guys do. You know what I mean? So I'm like, dude, absolutely. I'm going to be a sponge. I'm going to learn everything. So he's doing these YouTube videos, you know, and it's like it was the first weekend of bass fishing. It was June. It was late June, but the weather was terrible. It was like 45, windy, rainy, it was brutal. Yeah. And the waves were nasty. And I'm like, this is going to suck. He's like, we'll get them. So we go out there, and, you know, I've never fished a body of water that big for smallmouth ever in my life. It's just, I've never done that before. It's awesome, but it's different.
I remember the first time I was on Ontario with him, man. It was weird, awesome, and cool. Caught my personal best.
Yeah, you got to basically go with someone to have them show you kind of like the structure you want to be fishing, the areas. So
heck yeah.
We get set up on a drift, and I've never drifted for smallmouth like that. And now I'm like, this is awesome. Well, he's got the cameras running, and he's like, cast out. We're kind of drifting with the retrieve, and I bang one, and I get like, you know, 2.5 pounder. Yeah. And I bang another one, another 2.5 pounder. And I get another one. It's like a 2 pounder. And I get 3 in a row. He's like, let's leave. This isn't good. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I'm catching him.
Travis hasn't caught shit yet, right? So, and I'm like, to me, like, I'm lighting him up. I got 3 bass in like 15 minutes. I'm like, this is great. Yeah. So we go to a new spot, and I don't think we caught anything there. We go to another spot, and I bang another one, like 2.5 pounder. And Travis has got the camera, the GoPro in the back of the boat, and he's in the front of the boat, and I'm holding up this bass, and I'm talking shit into the camera. I'm just like, 4-0, like, game over. Like, I am talking so much shit, and he can't hear me because it's windy. And I'm like, he's gonna watch this footage and be like, that dickhead, you know what I mean? So finally, I think I get another one. It's like 5-0. And finally, Travis gets one. I think he gets another one, whatever. And I think I get one more. We go to a new spot, don't catch anything. He's like, dude, we got to pull the boat. We're out of here. And I'm like, pull the boat? And like, to me, pulling a boat, going to somewhere else, like I grew up like backing down a trailer and putting a boat on and going to another spot is an all-day event, right?
Yeah.
Not for Travis. He put that trailer in and got the boat on. I couldn't even get my truck fast enough to follow him. And now we're in Shimo Bay. I'm like, okay, well, I'm up like 7-2.
Yeah.
So we go around these nasty waves. And if you've never ridden in a Camus boat, I have to say this. Travis's boat is one of the most insane, comfortable boats I've ever been in. I've been offshore in a yellowfin, a Viking yacht, every boat you can imagine. That boat handled waves like you would not believe. And
smooth ride, man.
I have like an incredible video of me just getting drilled with 5-footers the whole way, and I'm dry the whole time. So anyways, we go to this new spot and I'm just smoking fish all day. And Travis is kind of getting them here and there now, but they're bigger than mine. So like, if he weighed in a 5-fish bag, it would have been bigger than mine. But numbers wise, like I was lighting him up. And I mean, I'm not cherry coating this at all. Like I am talking shit into the camera the whole time. So like a month goes by and I don't see this YouTube video. Another month goes by. Now it's in September and I'm getting close to like having Travis on my podcast. And I'm like, hey bro, did you ever do that YouTube video? He goes, hey, dude, the lighting was really bad. I'm like, the lighting was bad. You had GoPros. I go, this is what you do for a living is GoPro footage. And I just lit you up with your rods, your reels, your baits that I don't even know what they were. I go, what are we fishing? He goes, it's a Hasdong. I'm like, has who? I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm using. And he's like, the footage came out like crap. And he never aired a single bit of it.
He'll do that to you, man. Sometimes when I go fishing where we shoot a video, all of a sudden he catches the first two, and I'm like, that's not how it went down. I've had to threaten him. I'm like, if you fucking change this Hank Parker video, I'm gonna kick your ass, man. I'll out you big time.
Dude, it was so bad.
He's tricky, man. You gotta watch him, man. He does not like to lose on his own show. He's tough.
He said the lighting was bad and it was overcast and cloudy for 10 hours that we were fishing. I'm like,
in his brain it was overcast and cloudy because he took the smack down. Travis, what's up with that? You got to go back and do that show, man.
Yeah. So Brooks, you mentioned the podcast that Cortland does. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I think I was your first guest on it initially.
You were. So we decided to start a podcast at Cortland. I am the host of that, believe it or not. It's actually a lot of fun. We actually shoot an episode this Wednesday. We just aired one last Thursday. We do like one a month. We started out doing a lot more in the beginning, and I'm like, this is way too much. Like, they're long. I think Travis's was an hour and a half, 2 hours, and there's a lot of editing that goes involved in them. But they're a ton of fun. But we do the podcast right at Cortland in our podcast studio. We set it up. We built it for like 2 weeks. Dude, it's cool, man, and we do a good job. We got a lot of fishy guys that work at the plant. We have good guests on. I try to make it as entertaining as possible. Travis was our first guest. I figured he'd be a good first guest because he does shows like this, and I'm like, there's not going to be any dead air time. He's knowledgeable. I spit out a question, he's just going to roll with it. And it was a great first episode. I mean, a really good first episode, and it's just been gravy ever since. It's a lot of hard work. But it's a lot of fun. Once they're aired, I'm like, it wasn't so bad. So we have a good time with it. We do, Travis was on, Fred Rambanis was on. We have fly fishermen on, conventional muskie guys on, guys offshore fishing. Like it's a well-rounded show.
That's really cool, Brooks.
Very good. Well, what's new? What's next, I should say?
Well, I don't know if Travis ever told you about the back half of our trip. When I smoked him bass fishing, we were headed.
I never even heard about the front half of the trip.
So, we're
still on this story.
Yeah, it was a smoke show. Anyways, so Travis is like, I got one more spot. So he's like, there's this like kind of structure area. He's like, there's always fish on it, and I bang like a giant crappie. And when I mean crappie, I mean my head's this big. This thing, Eric, was this big.
Wow.
And I let it go. Travis gets one. And I think we're using like the Great Lakes Finesse, like
we used a Ned rig first.
That's right.
And we caught these big ass crappies. And then we'll tell the story. We knew we were on to something special.
So
I got the bait for it. We got
so
to stop using these Ned rigs.
We catch a few on Ned rigs and we let them go. And I get another one, like this is our fourth, and these things are huge, Eric. I'm talking like 2-pounders, like
Good God.
monsters, like to the point where Travis and I looked up the state record. That's how big
What
crappie
the
was.
hell?
So he goes, dude, next one you catch, we're keeping it. And I'm like, okay. So he pulls out the magic crappie dust, right? Which is whatever he just, what was it? What were we throwing,
It was a
Travis?
Great Lakes Finesse drop minnow.
So we were throwing these drop minnows and we got a few more and they were tanks, like 15 inches, 16 inches, 17 inches.
Monsters, man.
We start filling up this live well and we stop getting bites. Travis changed up the color, boom, 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 get a few more, change up the color, boom. So we dirtied this spot up pretty good. Couldn't get another bite. We had like 9 crappie in the live well, but they were monsters. And he goes, I got one more spot. So we motor up like a half mile to this other area. It's kind of a bridge, bunch of pillars involved. And we start going around this bridge, nothing. Go around the next pillar, nothing. And all of a sudden we go around the next one and his screens. And if you've ever seen the screens on Travis's boat, there's 3 TV screens bigger than the TV screen that you have at your house. And I didn't know how to read this all day, right? Because I've never been on a boat like that. The thing looked like it was on fire. There was crappie everywhere. And
That's
every
insane,
drop,
man.
We filled up Travis's boat with 47 crappie or something.
No, we had to look. We looked up.
We looked up the limit, just under the limit. We had to. It was getting dark, and it was like borderline. Like I'm like, dude, I gotta go. We filled up the boat with.
We couldn't leave.
47 crappie that were between 14 and 18 inches, and it was a crappie massacre. And Travis stuck me with every crappie. He goes, you got to take them all home. I don't have anything to clean them with. And I'm like, I do not want to clean 47 crappie tomorrow. But I did. And I ate them for like 3 months straight. And it was like the best meal I had every single time. But crappie massacre city. I'm talking like I've never caught crappie. And like we were giggling like 7th grade schoolgirls for like 4 hours. That's incredible. That's awesome, man. It was better than the bass fishing, even though it was the best day of bass fishing I ever had.
That's awesome.
Not so much for Travis that day.
That's awesome, man.
No. Oh, good stuff. What you pouring?
I don't want to say.
All right, that's
sounds good.
Listen, Brooke, we appreciate you coming on. At this point in the show, it's been a long time. We haven't really brought back the after hours special. It just kind of feels right. Everyone's a little loose. We're having fun. No stress, although Eric's got the dark ore hat on, so something's going on. What is it, dark water?
Dark seas.
Dark seas, there you go.
Eric, how was your trip to Florida?
It's fantastic, man. It was really, really extraordinary.
Did you guys already cover that in the previous last week? All right, never mind.
Yeah, last week Travis didn't really have any questions for me. It was a real lump of coal for the whole show, but that's okay. I caught my personal best.
I followed along on Instagram. It looked like a blast. And
it was amazing, man.
Honestly, following you for the last couple of weeks and following Mr. Bob Vila Home Improvement, Travis Manson for the last couple of weeks, it's been great.
Good, man. No, I had a blast, man. Fished a lot of new water, met a lot of new people, man. Had some new experiences. The energy was just fantastic. Got to hook up with the Uncle Larry boys. I mean, they had a viral video. They're going places, which is really cool. Little history there. Got to fish some of the legendary lakes that were on my mind for years, like Kissimmee Chain. Fished with a great guy, Garrett Rockamora, threw giant baits the size of my shoe till my arm fell off. Had a shot at a DD. I lost him. Came back last day before I'm leaving Florida and caught that one, which was the fish of my lifetime. So
Eric,
I mean,
send
I
me
love
that.
the ground.
Send me that photo so Cortland can post it on Instagram. You cool with that?
Yeah, man, I absolutely will. Absolutely will.
Give me the
30-pound
details.
Cortland.
Give me the details
100%.
and we'll throw it up because Travis doesn't catch fish that big, so I don't have to watch that post.
Hey, I wanted to ask. So last time I was at your office actually, and we were talking about ice fishing line, and you gave me a few different Dacron line to try, and I got everything spooled up. Unfortunately, I thought I had more time this late winter here to get out there, but it just hasn't happened yet. But I was sitting there, and we were kind of, I think we were waiting on something. And I was going on my Instagram, and I mentioned this guy I've been following for a while, and I wanted to talk about that tonight because he posts, I guess, what are they called? Memes? Is that the right word? Memes.
It's a meme page.
A memes page about fishing, but kind of on the darker side of fishing. Kind of like, and you probably don't know what I'm referring to, Brooks. Randy Flowers on Facebook did kind of something similar. Are you familiar with Randy Flowers, Eric?
No.
Okay. So they kind of talk about things or make jokes about things in the fishing industry that, you know, it's a little off color sometimes, or more, I shouldn't say, some of them are extremely funny and entertaining. And I want to know in the comments if you guys kind of know where I'm going with this guy or this entity. I don't know who he is or what she is, or I think. So we're talking about the account. What is it? Wanahum?
Wanahum.
Wanahum. I go to Brooks. I go, look up this Wanahum guy. Or I sent you the link. I go, he's got some funny stuff. And you not really knowing anything about the bass fishing industry, you didn't think much about it while I was there. But 4 hours later, you text me and be like, this is freaking hilarious, the stuff this guy comes up with. I want to know if any of you guys are familiar with that account. I know a lot of it's more, I mean, he's got some sexual stuff. But in a fun way. But you got to be kind of mature, right? So hopefully there's no younger.
I call it a meme page, but he basically rips on the industry. And there's some of these pages for fly fishing as well. And it's like he clowns on, you know, smaller up and coming brands that get all these Joe Schmoes on pro staff, right? And guys that just are not, you know, professionals are now pros for these brands. And he rips on them. He rips on, you know, what's the front sonar bait so you can see the bait. Like he has, he's got everything new in bass fishing that is not really new. It's just like, right, as bass, the bass industry.
Yeah, I'm gonna share some with you guys as we go along here. I find them just do this. Can you read
Brooksy,
that?
I just sent it to you, bro. I sent you the 3 pictures. It's
Eric, can you?
Read what? No, I can't because the thing's in the way. I've got the same problem you do with the banner.
All right.
So
husband flips
shads on swim bait universe. Wife
yes, flips shads on swim bait universe. Wife runs OnlyFans account where she only wears a Sim Solar Flex hoodie while rubbing bait fuel on her feet. So I think this shit is so funny. The stuff that this guy comes up with. I'm just gonna put a few more up here.
Oh my
God! Different brands. I know, Eric. It's funny stuff.
Damn.
So he picks on Randy Blackett, right? There's a Amish buggy in the back of that bass boat. What else is that? I guess Swim Bait Underground came out with a tin boat valued at $30,000. This is one of my favorites.
I'm out.
This is freaking hilarious right here. Let me hide this banner.
When you okay, there you go. Oh no. Oh my god.
This guy is so controversial. I cannot believe. Oh my god, that's the best one, I think.
Who is this guy? Well, oh, Wanahum.
So his name on Instagram is Wanahum, and I came across a post.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty funny.
Right before the classic that I sent to Travis, and it said, what does it say? Stop by and see me at the Lunker Hut booth. And I text Travis, I go, get someone to that Lunker Hut booth and find out who this guy is. Of course, Travis was being Tim the Two-Man Taylor for 2 weeks and never responded. So we still don't know who this man is.
Wanna_whom? Okay, yeah, I see him.
Yeah, he's gonna get blown up here tonight.
He does a really good job of just
look at this one.
Custom. Oh my god, that's so crazy. Oh my god.
Here's a good one.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh, that's funny, man.
It's hilarious.
it's endless too.
How many posts does he have? Let's see.
It's how many posts a day is the truth. What the Woo Tungsten stuff is unbelievable.
Oh yeah, look at this one. This is one of my favorites. Watch this. Watch this. Eric, read this one out loud.
I'm not reading it out loud. You read it out loud.
The divorce. Dad, I caught her watching Major League Fishing. Kid, are you fucking kidding me? I hope you get full custody.
He's savage. The guy's a savage. Wow.
When every major pro star turns you down, so you make one last ditch effort to get with Cass King.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Trapper Tackle Chief Engineer. Get it?
Oh my god. Oh wow.
I'm sorry.
He's
what else we got? One
savage.
last one. You think your job is bad? You could be making Guggen baits.
What the hell?
How does he not get silenced on social media with this?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Travis said he wanted to bring it up on this show, and I'm like, I don't think Eric's gonna go for this, man.
No, Eric likes this stuff.
Nah. I don't really care about it. Where do you see most of that stuff? On Instagram, or is it more on like Facebook? Or
His is on.
He does it all on Instagram.
Yeah.
So here, I'd love to know who this guy is. I actually messaged him about a year ago. I said, I don't know who you are, but you're.
But that's the whole. That's the whole point. He
yeah, we have
doesn't
no
want
idea
anybody.
who he is. However,
Right, it's kind of like, isn't it like Randy Flowers? Randy Flowers obviously is not going to let anybody know who he is, right? He just is a shit stirrer in the industry.
Basically
about Beast Coast fishing a lot. So
Who does?
Wanahum.
Wait, you froze. He
here.
posted about Beast Coast.
He posts
You're
good
back.
things
You
about
froze.
Beast Coast. Like when Beast Coast comes out with a new bait, he'll talk about that kind of or make a reference to it. And so I almost feel
Wanahum?
yeah, I almost feel like it's definitely not Derek with Beast Coast because Derek's not that creative. But it's probably one of his Coronies.
Derek's
You know
not
what I
that
mean?
creative.
No, from a comedic standpoint.
I got you.
this guy's he's funny. He's very smart.
Yeah.
Just like everything of like he's well-rounded. This guy, he's good. This guy is good. Whoever it is, he's like Batman of the bass fishing industry. Like you don't know who he is.
Batman.
He's freaking good at it.
Kuda says he thinks he knows who it is, but he's keeping his mouth shut.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll give him a free steelhead trip this spring if he wants to come up.
If you'll reveal it, Kuda. You got to
And
be.
here's
How do we
the
know?
thing.
How can you verify?
I know who he is. You know, that's the weirdest thing. Like
He
he's
has-
not gonna,
Wouldn't that ruin the fun?
It would.
It would.
It would. He's got to work within the industry, and the only reason why I say this is like his insider intellect with what he posts is total insider stuff. He makes fun of, you know, the whole industry as a whole with like the pro staff thing, and I know how that goes down with the fly fishing industry. Like everyone wants a discount because they posted something on YouTube, or they have, you know, 10,000 followers on Instagram, and on down the list. And there's some good ones in fly fishing, not that anyone here cares, but similar to this. But this guy's just on another level. For one, his content, and two, is just like zero censorship in the shit that he posts. I mean, dildos and just just constant. It's constant.
He's a savage. No prisoners. None at all, man. And I mean, it's only funny because, you know, the truth hurts sometimes.
Travis
right?
is like, you got to follow this guy. I'm like, dude, I don't care about this. Within an hour, I went through every post. I'm like, he's good.
How'd you find him, Travis?
Probably because he tagged
I
Travis
don't
in
know.
the post.
He hasn't picked on me yet. I'm waiting for it. It'd be an honor, but nothing yet. Nothing yet.
How did you find him, though? Did somebody send you the post? Like somebody said, you got to see this?
I don't. Honestly, I wish I knew. All I know is once I found it, the one meme or whatever I read, I instantly followed. It was like,
you were sold.
This guy's on to something.
He is funny, man.
I'm sorry.
I gave him a follow. I'm following him on the Bass Lab if he accepts my request. What a whom.
Whoever it is, he was at the Lunker Hut booth at the Classic, but Travis never got us there. So
is that true though? Do you think he could have just been like, is that a misdirect? Is that real?
I don't, man. It's you gotta, if you're gonna put that out there, you gotta man up him. You know what I mean?
Do you think he would? You think he works for Lunker Hunt?
No, get shit canned doing that stuff nowadays.
Right, but how would they know it was him?
I don't know. Is Lunker Hunt? Are they cool?
How would you know? I mean, are you going to like show up at the Lunker Hunt booth? I mean, I'm sure there's some people that can make. I mean, he could do some memes on their products, right? Didn't they make the spider?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
spider's
the post
awesome for. I'd say.
Come see me at the Lunker Hut booth. It says, I bring a sort of who the fuck is gonna buy this shit vibe to the Classic Expo that bait manufacturers don't really like.
Oh wow! All right, man, he's going full
steam. He's got a good page because like bass fishing is kind of like fly fishing in a sense. It's like how much new stuff could, like, every so often something new comes out and it is innovative, right? And it does change the game. But year in and year out, like, you know, if the same rod company comes out with new rods every year, it's like, how much difference is there between this and the old one? And it's like, I always take the example, like the bow hunting market, like making bows, like every 3 to 5 years, like there is some innovation in like carbon and graphite and, you know, stuff like that, where you can make something lighter, stronger, more sensitive, you know, in terms of, but like for like baits and stuff, it's like, I don't know. It's just, it's Jesus Christ.
Why you go back to that one, Travis?
I don't know, man. It's just funny. It's funny. And this is, I'm sorry, but this is hilarious. This is hilarious. Come on.
It's crazy.
He's
very clever.
He's good.
You got to give him that, man. He's good.
He's very good.
I couldn't think of that shit.
You think if you had him on your show, Travis, he would come on with a mask?
He's unemployed. He's got to be, because he posts these things sometimes 2 or 3 times. You should check out his stories. And sometimes it's the same thing, or he goes back. But my God, like, he's got a lot of free time. He might be a sex addict, and he might be what else? No, I'm serious. I mean,
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, clearly
he talks about people, you know, masturbating with bait fuel and shit. I mean, come on.
Says the guy with
It's
one
crazy.
rubber black glove on his hand.
I'm a painter, bro. I'm a painter.
But why are you still wearing it?
I don't know, man.
Exactly.
It's like my trademark now.
Exactly.
When I go into Lowe's, I got one fucking glove on. You know.
Oh, you keep one glove on when you go into Love's?
Well,
Yeah,
Travis
I
is
like-
correct. He's in the North Country now of upstate New York, so
Oh,
he has to earn that respect from other people in the area where they're like, he has to go in there with like Timberlands with like paint on them and a rubber glove,
Right.
so they don't think he's some city slicker. So
Right.
he's got to fit
Yes,
the
good.
look.
Sean Lai says it might be Sean Lai because he says he's unemployed, says the pro YouTube fisherman guide some days. LOL. Good one, Sean. Oh my
Bro, I love
god.
walking around. I love in the last month not having to do shit to like anything. I mean, listen, I walk in this. You guys see me every Monday. I'm wearing the same. I got a different beanie on, but this is how I've been rolling, dude. I go into Walmart. I go out to eat. I'll go to what's that place I like to go to here in Watertown? Welcome to Moe's. Welcome to Moe's. I get my burrito there and shit, and it's like, bro, I fit right in with these people up here. I got my tape measure on my fucking belt. I'm just going to town, dude, and got the work boots on. And people respect you more dressed like this, man. They do.
Do you measure anything with that tape measure, or is it just for looks?
So a lot of times, what I like to do, I find myself, I'll get in my little steel, and I'm always going like this with it, just walking around Home Depot.
Just doing that.
This is the dumbest Milwaukee tool ever made. I have no idea how to change the blade properly without taking these screws out. You can watch as many YouTube videos as you want. I might have a defected blade, but it's really pissing me off. But yeah. Anyways, I'm a Milwaukee guy now. I refuse to go to Lowe's because they don't carry Milwaukee tools. You know what I mean? So
where
St.
you
Croix
going?
rods, mono reels. I'm Home Depot all the way.
Home Depot.
Yeah.
Travis, you ever get a hold of your Shimano guy?
He reached out to me. The one you hooked me up with?
Yeah.
Yeah, he reached out to me, and I sent him an email, and I have not followed up.
All right.
I do wear
said,
one.
Eric, Travis moves up to upstate New York, and I set him up with the Shimano guy up here, and Travis is dragging his feet. I'm like, I'm trying to help, bro. I'm trying to.
Man.
I know like two people in the bass industry. One of them's the Shimano guy in upstate New York to help Travis out. And Travis is like, I haven't texted him yet. I'm like, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on that 5-pound Braid from Cortland.
Hey, Brooks, I wanted to talk to you, but why not talk to you right now since I have some time? Listen, I know I've been in your studio. You have it like, you got to have some really, some old school Cortland signage or something I could put up in my studio. Even if you just give it to me as a loaner, like a rental thing, I'm not paying you, but I'll give it back. Like if you ever wanted it, do you have any crazy cool signage that I could put up? Like
it's called a loaner, not a rental.
Vintage.
Yeah, I probably
honestly, I'm not joking. I want something from Cortland represent. I'm trying to, guys, let me tell you a quick story. First of all, can I do this? Can I take you guys on a tour of the loft right now that it's almost completed? And I want to share with you some things I got. Can we do that?
Let's see it. Sure.
All right. Let me unplug my main mic.
This is not going well, Travis.
You're frozen, bro. We heard you a little bit there. No sound.
Hey, Eric.
Talk to me.
Well, Travis glitches out. Let me go make sure my kids are still breathing in bed, okay?
Please do.
Do you want me to turn my camera off?
No, keep it on, man.
I'm coming right back. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah. Take your time, bro.
All right. Can you hear me, Eric? Eric can't hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay. Oh, why did it take so long?
Kids are still alive.
Awesome.
Good. All right, guys. I'm going to take you on a quick tour.
My wife. my wife is a nurse and she is working tonight. Okay. I'm not that
Ah.
I'm not a delinquent parent. I promise all of the guests tonight.
We got to install
she-
this flooring up there. Look at all this electric shit I got in here.
Yeah, man.
How do you know how to do all that?
He doesn't.
I got a buddy named John. All right.
I mean, Jesus.
Here we go. Boom.
Eric, do you know I set Travis up
I just put
with
the
my
shit back.
sister who's a
Check out
realtor?
this
and
wall. You
Travis
guys ready?
decided- Yeah, go ahead, Travis.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I like the
Look at
accent
that.
wall, man. Looks good. Now you froze, bro.
He's in Watertown, Eric. There's no service up there.
Look at this wall I just painted.
You changed the color.
I
You didn't
did.
do the blue. That looks way better.
Nope.
You gonna paint it again?
Then the little
Is this your office or is the other one your office? They look the same.
the other one.
Gotcha. Very cool, like a brick red. Nice. Very country. That line work up on the ceiling needs a little work unless you're getting crown molding. All right. Back
Where?
downstairs. I was just messing with you, bro. Keep rolling.
No, don't worry about that, bud.
No,
What else
not at
we
all.
got?
What else? Show us.
All right, let's see. Let's just do the house real quick. Oh, this is a mess in here.
Yeah. Painted some cabinets.
Bad.
All right. Some trim.
Bad.
Bad, just messy, or bad like you're not happy with the job?
Messy.
Got it.
All right, so
Pull back, man.
The,
Pull back. It's hard to see anything like you're really close.
the countertops come in next week.
Okay.
The carpet and couch like that.
Hey, look at that, man. Yeah, bro. Progress. We're frozen on it. Frozen on the carpet, bro.
You think that's new carpet or old carpet, Eric?
I think it said it
It
was
looks
new.
old. There's no way that's new.
I know. It's just a color thing, I think. You know?
Looks like that old shag carpet in like a 1985 house.
It's just a little, it's the lighting, man. It's the lighting. Travis, you're frozen, bro, if you can still hear us.
I can hear you.
There you go. You're back.
Am I back?
Yeah, kinda.
Look at this
I'm gonna have-
farmhouse sink.
Very nice.
That is nice.
We dig the farmhouse sinks.
Got the new fridge, except the door doesn't open all the way. It hits the wall, so now we got to cut the wall out.
Okay. minor things. Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
I just painted that yellow. We want a little bit brightness in the kitchen.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. Anyways, there we go. Back.
This is like the mud room. You froze again.
Yeah. I'll be back. Give me a second.
Okay, man. Now we're back in the
So
garage.
I bought this antique filing cabinet because we're going with a rusty look in the loft. Look at this thing.
Very cool.
Isn't that?
I like it.
I'd love to take you
To some of those antique shores.
I think it's called
I got a
rustic,
funny story. Let
not
me put-
rusty.
Rustic.
I said
Just to be
rusty.
sure. Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, man, it's like
Hold
watching a
on.
bad
Let's go
horror
back.
movie.
How we doing? You got me?
I got you, man.
I'm better.
I had to
Okay.
revise a little bit. Camera shake. Looking good. Coming along, man. You're making progress.
I want to tell you a story.
Tell us a story.
Okay. So I found this place called State Market something. It's a thrift
Yep.
store, antique vintage store. I walk in there. I was gonna do just normal office equipment in my loft in the studio, and then all of a sudden I was reborn in that store. All these ideas are flowing. I meet someone. She talks to me about what I need to be doing in there. I told her what I'm looking for. I'm looking for executive desk and this and that, and all these ideas. Next thing I know, she gets me in contact with a guy out in Black River. I go to his house yesterday, and his house is amazing. It's all rustic stuff, vintage, rustic. Anyways, I decide I'm going to buy the desk, and it's a beautiful desk. It's from 1902, which was the last reset, and it was from a old.
Did anybody die at that desk?
No, it was from
sure?
an old radio station.
You're bringing in.
Then we
spirits,
start
man.
talking. He's warming up to me. He's warming up to me, and I buy another piece from him.
Yep.
Then I got to show you guys the coolest freaking thing in the world. And for me personally, this tops everything. Besides the desk, all these other cabinets I bought, and all this cool old vintage shit. Eric, he said, I might have just the thing for you. And I said, really? He goes, yes. And dude, I manifested this because I wanted it so bad. I wanted something like this. And there it was. It's a 5x5.
Yep. Coffin.
Birch wood. It's, you know how back in the day in school, you pull down a thing like a screen on a roller? Like when they showed movies on a projector?
It's called a projection screen.
It's a map of Jefferson County from 1852 on a birchwood roll-up.
That's really cool.
5 feet, 5x5. Look at this thing.
Very neat.
Original?
Really cool.
Original?
Original, 1852, bro.
That's awesome.
You should turn around and
There's
sell
no
that
bay
for
right
like
there.
20 grand.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's going up on the wall. It is going up on the wall.
Heck yeah.
Blew my mind, dude. No,
That's
that was
awesome.
the find of a century, like a lifetime. Yeah. Anyways.
I feel you. That's a beautiful piece.
I'll
I
show
think
you,
it's going to look
'cause I can't
great
go out-
there.
I can't go out. I can't go out in the other garage because there's no lights, but I want to show you guys, and you'll see it all once I get it set up. But I want to show you this fucking piece I bought that I fell in love with, and it's all it is a it's a cabinet.
Are there any
Right there. I bought that cabinet for that room.
Oh yeah, it's got some nice patina, man. It's good stuff. You're like the Antiques Roadshow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. That's why I want that Cortland. That's what Smallmouth Advisory says. Or no, who said that? Waves Curtain Ice. That's why you want the vintage Cortland. Because I'm going all vintage in that room.
That's right.
You saw the
match the
cabinet. I
decor.
bought this from 1810. I bought this cabinet from 1810 as well.
I don't even know how many spirits you're bringing into that house, but it's going to be massive.
I thought about that. Look at the shit in the store. That's an alligator. That's an alligator right there.
I can't really see it clearly, but I'll trust you on that.
Do you remember that property Travis went to like
Yes.
a year ago that had all those barrels
Coolers.
with like meth and everything?
Yeah.
So whatever spirits were at that place, he just brought them into his house with this shit.
I was like,
Dead deer heads.
possibly the strangest fishing podcast ever. I love this stuff.
Okay, so I will tell you this, Travis.
Yes.
Come down to the plant. There is an archive room at Cortland
Okay.
that is the size of your garage dating back to 1915.
Unbelievable.
Can I
I'm-
take a few pieces?
I'm confident we could find something in there to part ways with, but it is so dusty you have to wear a mask. So whatever your sheetrock masks are, bring them with you. I'll tell you this story, and it's only for the listeners here and I guess everyone that listens to
Right.
YouTube after the show. We 1980, like the late 80s, Cortland bought the Wilson tennis racket factory.
How about that?
And there was this famous chick tennis player. Eric, you might know her. You're that generation. I mean, just the most famous woman. I forget. Anyways, she did the ribbon cutting.
Billie Jean King.
No, keep going, and I'll keep
shit.
talking.
All right.
And Chris Everett, maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe could be.
Chris Everett. I don't know. Anyways, this chick was famous. So we bought the Wilson tennis racket factory back in like the late 80s, and that's where our plant is now. And we used to extrude, and we still extrude. We used to extrude like monofilament, and that's how they used to make the tennis racket.
Yeah.
Stuff was extrusion. We built a tennis racket ashtray, and it was called the Arthur Ashtray. Arthur Ashe is a famous tennis player, and he sued the shit out of us.
What?
For coming out with the Arthur Ashtray.
That's hysterical.
So maybe I can give you an ashtray, an Arthur original. I have.
Yeah, bro. I'm looking for. I love that story, but I'm looking more for fishing, hunting, Cortland line related, not tennis racket.
Do you want the front door from our old plant?
No, I want signage or something like that.
All right. Well, you got to come to the plant and pick it out, bro.
Yeah. I'll be there. I just bought a piece from down by me.
The question is,
Bryn Mawr, PA. I bought this. Let me show you guys what I bought. Another piece for the office here.
I got to ask this question. Do you think, Eric, now that Travis lives up here, that you and I will fish and see less of Travis than we did before?
Oh, I'll definitely see less of him than I did before. I hardly see him anyway.
Do you think that like his like
the other day?
So that is that the kitchen island?
No, that's for one wall of the office.
What is it?
It's just a Bryce Ritter media cabinet.
I'm trying to understand how all these pieces fit in the office.
You'll see, buddy.
They don't.
Okay, got. You got two offices, right?
Yeah. Here's the 1902 desk I bought.
That's nice.
That's definitely got some spirits coming in the house.
There's another picture of it. It's fucking awesome, dude.
It's really pretty.
It's 5 by 3.
Man.
Check out the chair that comes with it. Check out my office chair.
That's beautiful, man. It looks like curly maple seed or something. I don't know, man.
Dude, it's
flaky oak. I'm not sure.
You brought
at least
dude, vintage furniture.
You are now. You're into it.
It's
like you've been born again. It's like you didn't know any of this stuff existed until you got up to Door County. Where you been living?
You brought at least 23 dead people have been brought into your home at this point.
If weird shit start to happen, don't blame us.
Including the meth camp.
You need some marble statue. Dude's wrestling.
You need the Tyler Shimano statue of two.
Somebody ought to bring that into the classic and just put it in the middle of the show. Who rules, Shimano or Daiwa? Somebody just said price for a trip has tripled.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to work pretty fucking hard, Eric, the next year for sure.
You don't worry about any of that, remember?
Yeah.
None of it matters. Spend
I don't.
It all.
I do not worry about it. None of it matters.
Right. I honestly doesn't matter.
We did.
Never have, never will. Don't even
Sean,
worry
I have
about
a new
bro.
take on ghosts or demons. I don't let that bother me anymore. Now,
what happened? Where'd you find this new religion, bro?
I'm not. That
what
doesn't
happened?
affect my reality. So
it used to.
My view on this whole reality that we live in, a simulation, Eric.
Oh, so ghosts are simulations too. It's just like a button
If you want them in your life, they'll be there. I don't want them in my life, so I'm not going to allow them in my reality. So I'm not worried about them anymore.
They were in New York in your life with your kid. They couldn't sleep. What the hell? What's going on?
Don't worry about it. That's because I feared them at the time and manifested a haunting for my son. And now I'm good.
So you made it up.
No, it was real.
You invited the ghost in because you were afraid of them. I'm just trying to understand how the thinking goes and how it works.
It's all about fear. That ghost understood I feared it. And that's why it manifested itself in my life.
So the ghost came to you because you were afraid. He said, I can scare this guy. He doesn't want to go to somebody he can't scare.
Correct.
Well, most kids are scared of ghosts.
He saw a ghost in his sleep that said, if you wear a black rubber glove on your left hand, you will no longer be afraid.
All right, cool. I'm glad you got over the ghost thing. So you would buy a house that somebody died in.
Oh, shit. No, I would still do that.
All right, you're not quite there yet. What's
Not
everybody
yet.
saying? 2, 1, 3, 2. Does somebody wait a minute?
Anthony has some of the best comments the last couple of weeks.
Look at somebody's doing a Shimano Daiwa. Anthony's been on it, man. Brandon Humberson's been on the graphics for years, though. I got to tell you, man, he does the best graphics off the comments on the stream. Brooksy, you missed it, man. Brandon Humberson did this incredible graphic. Travis went through talking about the reset and free energy systems, and he sent me a graphic, which is literally, it's the best thing I've ever seen. You think the guy with the memes is good? Brandon Humberson's better with the graphics.
I like
he
to
makes
go
them himself.
I like to go back and watch the show over with the comments. Yeah. It's like a whole new show for me.
Truly is. You can't process them all. You know what I mean?
And then
some nights I'm I'm on it.
AFG Computing, that's a brand new that's a new name. He goes, what have I dialed into? Is he new?
Who?
This guy right here, a new comment.
Oh, that he's brand new.
Yeah.
You've dialed into the bass fishing spirit. Exactly.
We talk bass fishing from time to time and pretty much anything we want. This is after hours, so it's on after hours.
You didn't even announce it.
Did we
get
into
float into it?
No, he did, Eric. He did it.
Did I tell you in the last live I'm trying to get a eucalyptic plant in my shower head? Did I tell you that story? No.
Are you going to plant one above it? No, eucalyptus, so you get the eucalyptus steam.
I want one in my shower. Yeah.
A eucalyptus plant, so you get eucalyptus steam. Yeah, I'm not lost, bro.
Well, I like a eucalyptic shower head that gives off scent and takes the chlorine out, but that's been hard to find.
Sounds like an invention opportunity. I'd go for it.
No, they're out there. They're out there.
Eucalyptus steam shower, like you. I'm sorry. How does it work? The water hits the eucalyptus plant, or you have a eucalyptus plant growing inside the shower head. I'm just trying to understand the engineering of it all. Yes, you said they're out there.
Yeah.
Waves, currents, eyes. These are great comments, bro. Used to be a fishing show until that thing happened and Travis revealed his true self. Brooksy, I don't even remember the moment that I didn't really know Travis very well. We got together fishing brought us together. Had some Jack Rinkers was somebody that I met in the Upper Bay, and my son was having a lacrosse tournament up near Lake Champlain. So Jack goes, why don't you call Travis? He's up there practicing. So I said, sure. So he gave me his number, called Travis. He doesn't really, he's not a warm, welcoming kind of guy when you first talk to him. So anyway, he agrees reluctantly to take me fishing for half day. And we catch a few fish, and I give him $100 for gas, and he's like, oh, thanks. So I guess I made an impression that he asked me to go fishing again. He kind of pursued me. Maybe he saw the lure collection a little bit, wanted to learn something about crankbaits, right? So he was really bugging me to go fishing again, maybe shoot a video. So we shoot a video, and we have some really big success, right? Like 2 monster bags. And it's funny because I remember driving back, I had this one crankbait box of like all my favorites that he asked me to show him. And I put it together, and I still have it right there. And it's like all my favorite legend crankbaits, right? Not some of the super rare ones that I wouldn't throw, but stuff that I would fish. Took me a while to find it. And I show him the box. He goes, you got it. So we kind of formed this relationship. Then we start streaming together, right? We're making videos. We're having some success fishing. You know, some really cool things happen on the water. And then the pandemic hits. And on this one show, he literally starts talking about coronavirus. He wanted another $100, right? Exactly. and you see the moment where he is serious about what he's talking about, and I think he's kidding. But then I realize he's not kidding. I grab my head and I'm like, I'm like completely, my brain is scrambled. I don't know what to make of the words coming out of his mouth. And then from there on, that's when it all started. The show went from fishing to like a little fishing.
I actually
and a lot of the other.
Have you ever seen the first podcast of Cortland with Travis on it?
No.
I think, well, it was good. Don't laugh, Travis, asshole. I think I asked Travis like how you guys met.
Yeah.
And
I'll have to watch it to check for accuracy.
It was pretty good, but I'm pretty sure I was like, how do you like? And every time I see Travis, I'm like, what's up with Eric? How's Eric doing? He's like, I don't know. I haven't talked to him. Every time.
He doesn't reach out much. Like, and for years when I would call him, here's what would happen. I would call him just to, you know, like the Travis you see on the show and the Travis that you talk to on the phone are completely different human beings. They're not even from the same planet. Anyway. So when I would call him, it was always like I was bugging him. And I didn't later learn that I was interrupting his conspiracy listening sessions, that he was intaking all this information every day. Sometimes he didn't bother to turn it off. And, you know, it's like one word answers. There's no details. It's like fucking pulling teeth to get anything out of him on the phone. And he never has many questions for me. So, no, he doesn't really know much about me.
Oh,
no! I ask a lot of questions to him. And he never checks in unless he needs something.
I asked him the question on the podcast, and you know he gave a good response, and it was similar to what you gave with more detail. Yeah. I just like when I first met Travis, I first met you. You know what I mean on the show. Like I didn't know Travis, I knew you and Travis, and then you guys came to the plant, and I met you and Travis. So I thought like you guys were boys.
We are,
and then. I asked Trav every time I hang out with Travis when he's fishing in my fucking steelhead spots. I'm like, how's Eric? I go, how's Eric doing? He's like, I don't know. I haven't talked to him. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know how Eric's doing? He's like, I haven't talked to him in a while. I'm like, no. You guys do a live show every Monday. You don't, so I don't know. It's kind of, it's like wishy-washy with him. Yeah. You know, and just, I don't know.
That's Travis though, man. He's about Travis.
You are right. Like
with him, he's not Travis really. He's not naturally interested in others.
No, he's not. Like Travis on the show is different than Travis on the phone, which is different than Travis in person in your steelhead spots. It's like, you know, people. What do they call that?
Multiple.
Multiple is a like that's a weak word for Travis.
Oh man,
that's Travis though, man. You got to accept him as he is, man. You know,
I've come to realize that, and you know, it's a growing relationship. I'm sure you've learned that as well.
It is. He's a unique individual. We've laughed really hard together, and that's good, man. When he actually when you get him and he's not listening to that, I think he stopped with the noise stuff that used to be in his life. So he has a little more time now. He's occupied with the house, and I respect that, man. I'm just giving you a hard time here. But literally on the drives to New York, when we do actually start to talk, I've made him laugh hard, and we have laughed. We've tears like coming out, you know, popping out of your eyes for a moment. It's interesting.
He doesn't invite you into his inner circle very quickly.
No, he is. Yeah, very true.
I drive 45 minutes to work from Syracuse to Cortland. Yeah. And sometimes I'll pick up the phone right when I get in the truck, and I don't get off of it until like 10:30 in the morning.
Right.
And I've realized we've discussed nothing. And I'm okay with that. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Exactly, man. Yeah. Exactly. And when you're fishing with him, I don't know if you notice this, but he doesn't talk much. There's no details. There's no teaching me. It's really interesting. He's really hard to get any information out of, and I'll let you know when I see one on the live.
No, I agree.
That's pretty much all I get. I'll let you know, bud. I'll let you know, bud.
Especially when you catch the first 5 fish, you get no fucking response from Travis. And I'm like, hey, should I cast this? Should I cast this into the wind or with the wind or with the, like, I don't know how to bass fish whatsoever. And he's just like,
You'll be
whatever.
all right, bud.
He's like, whatever.
Now, Brooks, listen. So Jake Squad goes, Cortland should be proud to have him. And then we have Thomas here. We should see if we can get original wooden Cortland ladder. So I don't know what's going on. I get mixed messages. Brooks sometimes calls me and says, hey, bud, you need to tone it down. You got 3 citations this month. You did this on a live. We heard you did this on a fish tank. Like he's questioned his
Does he really?
sponsorship with me. Oh,
Does
yeah,
he?
all the time.
Does he really? He's
I do.
keeping you in line.
Like, I do marketing for Cortland and I control a large territory. So I have these marketing budget meetings and there's money involved. And, Travis's name pops up from time to time. Like, you do the show. He's been a good guy. Has he helped you move the needle? I'm like, well, he did this wrong. He got a ticket for that. He got kicked out of this tournament. He got kicked out of that. He caught a fish in a fucking tank and he snuck into this room. There was this muskie that was out of season. And I'm like, they're like, so what do you want to do? And I'm like, let him burn another year and make sure he's good. So like, I'm trying to help Travis, right? Like, I work with Travis. Travis helps me a ton. He's helped Cortland. Like, I can't deny that. As much as I don't want these comments to go to his big giant head right now, like this show and Travis, he's helped Cortland and he's helped me specifically in the Northeast, like a ton. He has. I'm not going to deny that. But the fuck ups along the way, like
when you put it all like in a string, I didn't realize it was that many.
I'll put it to that fish ladder.
I'll put it to you this way: like O.J. Simpson won a Heisman. There's other things that come along with that, and then he posts the picture of O.J. It's like, Travis, you have to, a pro, like Wanahum always makes fun of pros. A pro is short for professional, right? It doesn't include ladders, muskie, and a fish ladder. Like, just everything involved with Travis is a shit show in 2022.
It was.
So I said, Travis, we're gonna reset the bar here, and we're going to review in late 2023 if you have destroyed your reputation again. And then we will move on to 2024.
Holy crap.
Like,
that was crazy.
I have, we've been in business since 1915. I'm not going to let some dipshit from Wisconsin ruin everything we have built for 108 years, however many years. Like, I have to, there's a reputation I have to keep. And he's just constantly ruining it. It just, I don't know what to say.
When you put that string of events in succession, that was almost too much for Travis, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's just a lot. I didn't realize how much damage I actually have done over the last year.
That's crazy, Travis.
It's true. Travis is like, hey, what you guys think about, like, maybe sponsoring the live show next year? I'm like, well, you just got a ticket last week. Maybe we could reset that for another month.
Somebody say reset?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's our working relationship.
Yeah.
You bring up a good point.
I can't argue with that.
Nope, you can't.
No. Man.
I feel like we hit after hours way quicker than a normal show. Like, I know I botched the first 25 minutes and I apologize.
No, you're fine.
It's
good.
It's good.
We hit hour 1 and you moved right into spooky thoughts and
That's true. Oh, yeah.
That's true. That old wood worries me for you, man, a little bit, but I
Does
think
it?
you'll be fine.
Dude, that
Can you have a shaman like smoke it
No.
out or something like that? Like in case there's any spirits hiding in the desk?
you
I-
should, Travis. I suggest
sanded-
this.
Listen, I was sanding my desk.
Which desk?
I got another desk, a vintage desk, and I was sanding it down.
How many desks do you have?
I bought a lot of stuff, and there's these fumes from the. My dad walks in, and he didn't say much, so we sit down. Mom's cooking meatloaf tonight, you know, and we sit
You're
down and
tasting-
talk. And he goes, you know, Travis, because I got that Berkey water system, you know.
Yeah.
He's just waiting to say this to me.
Yeah.
So you're all worried about your drinking water, but you're in that garage inhaling lead fumes from the lead paint from that fucking desk you wanted to buy so bad.
And you go, what?
I go,
Lead?
excuse me? No, I said, I knew that's where he was going. And I knew there might be lead paint on some of that stuff. But I think that's if you digest it. And I didn't really breathe in the fumes, like the dust.
Were you wearing
Ingest.
the
I was
N95 mask?
No, masks don't work, bud. We know that.
What?
If we learned anything in 2021, it's that masks don't work.
No, I'm talking about like the real respirators you're supposed to wear when you're dealing with like toxic stuff that you're sanding that comes into your lungs. How are you going to get rid of the lead in your lungs?
I don't know.
I think that's what he was trying to tell you.
I don't know.
Mom, pass the effing gravy. The lead gravy. So is your dad was on you too this week.
Oh, fuck,
What is
big
going
time.
on?
Big time this week.
Your
What else
parents
did he get
came.
on you for?
Did your parents come see your new house?
Oh, they've been up here working for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, they're
Jeez.
part of the construction crew, bro. He puts them to work all the time. They're good
I know.
and cheap. They work cheap.
And your parents are from Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing going on in Wisconsin right now, anyways.
No.
Just snow.
It's
No,
it's
there's-
literally it's a
Ah, dude.
lateral move from Wisconsin to where you live. Like literally a lateral move. There's nothing going on in where you live, and unless
That's-
you're into ice fishing.
Man, I wanted to. I want to get out on the water. I wanted to take my dad either ice fishing or steelhead fishing, but we're not.
You could go steelhead fishing now. Would you have to
Oh,
wade
yeah.
in them icy streams?
No, right now, come Eric, come up next week. Let's go.
Or do I have to wade?
No,
What?
you don't have to wait for anything.
Are you
Travis, tell him.
serious?
Travis and I went steelhead fish. There's a foot of snow on the ground.
Dang.
You don't have to wait for anything.
You have to get in the water with your waders?
Yeah, maybe
Okay, I like the
Little
wading
bit.
part.
No,
where Travis and I go. Yeah, you got
you
to.
don't have to be up to your waist at all.
No,
Like your knees.
sometimes your
Yeah.
feet, your ankles. No, you don't have to wade that far.
That ain't bad.
And this GLDA 0301 has a good point. Very good point.
Yeah, we've all clamped down on some lead shot for sure.
That's right. I'll be
I
fine.
know I have.
Yeah, every day.
Oh, and the phthalates you got from handling the plastics all the time, you're a goner.
Yeah.
Ah, it's over early.
boys,
I sure hope so.
keep this conversation going. I got to take a leak and get a drink.
Okay, please do.
And check on the kids.
Yes, they're good.
Good. We want to make that.
Oh man, that's about ready to wrap
Tra-
up after that conversation.
Travis, when he put the string of events in a row, that was too much for even me to handle because I didn't remember them all until he started doing them sequentially.
Yeah, I did accidentally catch a muskie out of season. I did fish near a fish ladder. I did get
Accidentally? How many
Well,
did
I
you
caught
catch?
3 that day. Okay, so you do the what else?
You mean when you were looking at that 30-inch thing going, I'm catching that muskie.
50-inch, yeah.
Yeah, 50, 30, you know, who's measuring at that point?
Guys, I'm trying.
You're doing the best you can to lose that sponsorship at Cortland.
Oh man,
Oh, man, that old Cortland sign's going to look good in there, man.
I know.
You need some old vintage signs, man.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I'll be right back. I'm going to show you what I bought.
Yeah, show us, man. Go get it. How do you guys think the place is looking? I think it looks great. Barnwood looks sharp, man. That old G rib, I'm digging it. He's going to get an old sign he bought. And what did you crack open there?
So I drink Trulies.
What is that?
It's just a seltzer.
Ah. Oh, yeah.
Because when I drink
seltzer with a little little hit,
yeah,
right?
It's just when I drink beer, I look like I'm 7,000 pounds.
Oh, dude. Yeah, buddy. There you go. Nice.
Dang.
Heck yeah, dude. That's awesome.
This is a 3D thing.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Ain't it?
Yeah, man.
I totally forgot about this find. Bro,
That's
I was
awesome, bro.
jacked up when I found this.
You're gonna be able to find a lot of that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Had the old magazines hanging around that you bought from that one fishing shop.
I'm not gonna grab them, but I got a bunch of them too.
Mm.
And I got a book on smallmouth fishing in color from like 1981.
Are you gonna have like a bookshelf in there, like with all the
yeah.
old vintage stuff? Yeah, man. I dig it.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Uh-huh.
Spend it all, bro.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
That's
Just-
right.
You're just burning cash right now. Throw some more, just throw stacks in the fire pit outside. That's right. Lucky D, thanks for hanging out, man. They sell those at the Hobby Lobby, you said?
What's that?
I don't know. He said something. I can't keep up, man. I'm not even trying tonight.
Something you just bought from a lot of money at the vintage store. They sell at the Hobby Lobby for like $5.
Hey, come back to the back room. You got to check out this vintage stuff.
Oh my God.
Guy just like
I can't
sanded
believe I
off
got that
the
guy
edges.
for 100 with the
I went in
Hobby
that guy's
Lobby.
house, dude. He's showing me his. I got a tour of his bedroom, his bathroom. I saw his toilet paper rolls he made out of.
Wait, whoa.
What?
I need to take a time out.
Okay.
I got a tour. This guy showed me his bedroom and his bathroom. I got a tour. What is going on up there, man? You just went to some strange dude's bedroom and bathroom? I mean, you might never come out, bro.
in the North Country of upstate New York, by the way.
In the winter when people have been known to go crazy. All right, so tell us about the tour of this bedroom that you took from this man that you just met.
Well, that's where the desk was.
What?
The desk was in his back bedroom.
His back? He's got 2 bedrooms?
Just conveniently. His back bedroom. So that's where nobody can really hear you scream.
And
Has
I
he invited
had that one rubber glove on, Bob, or whoever said that.
This is getting even
Basically,
weirder. This is getting weirder
knocked
by the
on his
moment.
door and forgot I had one rubber glove on.
And you knock left-handed.
I did. Right-handed.
Is that? But no. Which glove did you have on? Where was
I
your
always
glove?
have it on the left hand.
Why is that?
I just.
You're not even left-handed. Well, are you?
Good point. No.
Do you smoke left-handed?
I don't know. I look at if I didn't wear gloves, this is what my fingers would look like.
Well, why do you only wear one glove? That's what your fingers do look like. So why you only wear one glove if you paint right-handed?
No.
Have you ever seen? I gotta ask you this question here because you fished with Travis for a long time. You ever seen the way he cast a spinning reel?
It's the only person that I have ever seen cast.
Have
that
you
way.
ever seen? Like, I don't know anything about bass fishing. I don't claim to know anything. I sell wine, right?
Yeah.
But when I fished with Travis, I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like, normally you open the bail, pinch the line,
right?
Let it rip.
It's this.
Travis is like total 3rd grade bullshit. Like, I'm like, he casts farther than I do, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, there might be something to it.
But I go,
what do you? Like one time on the Upper Bay, we were fishing a tournament, and he was casting like he just wouldn't even look, no look cast. He's putting it right next to a pile, and he was in the zone.
I know, but he looks weird doing it. Like he
definitely does.
I don't know. It's just it's very weird. It's weird as the shit you're buying for your house, dude. It is very weird.
Travis, that last comment was extremely funny. It puts the lotion on it. Oh my God. This guy goes, was there any moment where when the guy goes, come into my house, I want to take you to my back bedroom. Did you think for a minute you might get murdered?
No, because
Did the thought cross your mind?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I wouldn't put myself in those situations.
But you went back there anyway. What if he just was a really good serial killer and he tricked you? You had a moment of doubt.
When he pulled out that map, he could have done anything to me, bud.
Did he?
It wouldn't have mattered.
What the?
I got a 5x5 map from 1852 of Jefferson County with the St. Lawrence River, Chaumont Bay, Black River. Everything is on it.
Brooksy, he just said that guy could have done anything to me. Wait, did you really just say that?
I'm trying to keep this PG-13 tonight, boys.
It's over. It's too late.
I'm sure that map is incredible.
The comments are crazy.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You got to understand where you are up there. Like, you're not from where you're living now.
Right?
No, I'm serious. Like, there's some wacky shit going on up there. Like,
Give me an example.
I'm from where you're living, like not too far, and I don't go up there in the wintertime.
All right. Explain. You have to expand on this. Why is the winter danger time? People do lose their minds, right?
It's lockdown mode up there. The snow, not this year, is 8 feet high. People lock themselves in their homes until the spring thaw.
It sounds kind of crazy.
And Travis is going in their back bedroom to buy a map. And he's like, oh, it's just one guy. It's like, what about the other two guys behind the doorway that get you? You know?
Travis, you had to be thinking about it for a second. Like, you had to think for a second that this could be it for me.
You know what I'll do?
But you're willing to risk the biscuit for the maple map or whatever it was.
Travis, come down and get your Cortland memorabilia for your tackle room, and I'll come up to your house and I'll run the YouTube camera where you want to go. That way it's like, well, I'll follow you. You got backup. Not that I'm a pansy. Yeah. We'll get our ass kicked if we go into one of these houses, but at least people will be able to see the whack ass shit that you're doing for your house.
True.
True. Jeff just says true. And then breathes a deep breath out the side.
Man,
you had to get the map. Did you know it? What were you originally going there to get?
The desk.
From where was this advertised? Okay, we got that. It's
no,
1902.
I met someone at that market store who got me in touch with this guy who sent me
someone.
Phone number.
Describe the someone.
The nice lady there at the market, at State Market.
It's not like Pulp Fiction where they make that call and then they go downstairs and No,
we didn't go downstairs.
That's the next trip. Holy hell, man.
I'm concerned for you.
No. You guys are crazy here.
Oh, this show has gone off the rails, man.
This is one of the best shows we've had in a while. And
I really wanted to come on here and talk about Cortland, but it's just not going to happen at this point.
No.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
I asked Travis, the first show I ever did, I think it was during COVID, right? 2020 or 2021, maybe. Like, this is the third show I've ever done, and it's been great. And I'm like, how's the show? He's like, it went good. I'm like, what do you mean it went good? Like, I thought it went really well, Yeah. And I think it did. And I'm like, we went on for a little bit. I think you had the guys from Power Pole on after me.
Sure. Yep.
You remember that? And like, that must have been a done like me, then Power Pole. I mean, not me, but Power Pole. Like, those guys are fucking big dude, big time name brand,
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, what's the longest show you ever did? And he goes, one time we went on till like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, what? And he's just like, yeah, it went on forever. And I just, what the hell was that show about that you went on till 3 in the morning till?
We've had some absolutely hysterical moments on the show, man. There's been some really good moments. I mean, like crying, laughing, like literally. I love when for me, the most gratifying moments are when I can make Travis cry in laughter.
You have.
Like, oh man, there's been some, I mean, the comments can make us both pop tears out of our eyes like alligator tears, man. There's been some crazy good ones tonight.
Yeah.
Crazy good. We've had some really funny guests too, man. I mean, for sure.
Oh yeah. So South Jersey wants to know how much you charge for the map. So after I left to get the desk and that other piece, he asked if I want to go grab a drink down at the tavern. And I said, I got to get going because my wife was calling. I was like, I got to get back home. And
he goes, oh, you're married.
So then he goes, well, next time, we'll go, I'll cook you dinner and the map's on me. So you come back, we'll get that payment. I'm joking. I'm joking. Joking, you guys.
Oh
now,
my god.
He said if I buy the desk and that table, he would throw the map in for free because he knew it was going to someone who would really appreciate it. Like that's how much really we bonded. Cool. No, the guy's good. The guy's a cool freaking dude. It was awesome.
No, a lot of people do, like, especially, how old was he?
He was older. He saw my eyes light up when I saw that freaking map.
Like, how old is he?
Probably in his, I'm going to say mid-60s.
Yeah. I think older people have an appreciation for.
How did he obtain that map? Did he say that?
Oh, so he buys all this stuff. Like he has a little booth at that marketplace with the vintage stuff. And that's why they got in contact with the desk. So I knew my life wasn't in danger. I know I kind of ran with your thoughts to entertain you guys, but he's a cool dude. He knows what's up. He collects things. And when I saw that map, you guys, I freaked out. I was like,
I'm sure.
I do love like a good fishing map, not like a sonar map, but like a good map. Like, and I know, Eric, you're probably like this, and Travis, you are with like the Upper Chesapeake, Potomac area. Like, I went to a fly shop in Massachusetts called the Bear's Den Fly Shop. Guy's amazing, and he had these 5 foot wide by 4 foot tall maps of Cape Cod. Oh, and it had these plots of like, the ocean contour of like tuna fishing. And I love tuna. Like tuna fishing is like, wow. It's, I don't know. There's something about the New England commercial fishing that I'm just like obsessed with. And I saw this map and I'm like, dude, what is it going to take for me to get that map? And he's like, you can have it plus these 5 other ones. And I have these maps of New Jersey, Long Island, Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and I've yet to get them framed, but there's something about it, like for most fishermen and everyone listening too, like there's something about having a map of like your body of water.
Agreed.
That I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree, man.
Go ahead, Travis.
No, I want to tell you guys what I'm looking for. Maybe the viewers can help me out. So I have all 6 of the fishing hotspots maps for this area. I just bought. I have old ones that are wrecked, but I bought all brand new ones. And my plan was to frame them with old wood and put them all along this wall. But then I thought, this wall looks way too nice to have most of the wall covered in 6 big fishing hotspots maps. And so what I'm looking for is another one of those rolly things where you can fit 6 of them and pull each one down individually to have on one small section. So if I have a buddy over here and I'm brainstorming about Chameau Bay, I want to be able to grab the Chameau Bay map, bring it down, and then, you know what I'm saying? One of those, like a blind, like a roller, like a projector screen, but all together, 6 of them together.
Yeah, they have that. You could do it. You can. Yeah.
The question is,
anything can be done.
Will you have pins in the maps everywhere where I caught smallmouth and you did the first time we went out?
Listen,
including my 8-pounder.
First of all, I was trying to accommodate your needs that day. That's why I wasn't talking. I was more interested in you getting on some fish, and I was frustrated because you were only catching small fish. And so that's why I was quiet. That's why I moved around a lot. That's why I didn't say much. I was just trying to make it a great day for you, Brooks. That's all it was.
I can't disagree with that.
I can't either. But
I
who
can't-
buys it? Who buys that explanation in the comments?
I can't. He's bullshitting, but he is correct.
Yeah.
He's a good bullshitter, as most fishermen are, but he is correct.
Very
and
true.
I do appreciate it. And it makes me want to go back up there again.
Hope you're on a good bite.
And
For sure.
if Travis didn't rig me up every step of the way, I probably wouldn't have caught shit. So I'm gonna put that part in this show. I would totally honestly, I'm looking forward to the springtime and going back, because like I don't know, I haven't experienced smallmouth fishing like that. And Travis is like, this sucks, and I'm like, this is the best day of my life, bro.
Yeah,
and
right.
The whole goal of that show was to beat my personal best, which was 3.5 pounds. And we probably did it a few times, you know what I mean? But like, it was like 3.5 pounds, you know, that give or take. I didn't weigh shit.
Those big fish in the back of Shamo. We caught some big ones.
You did. I didn't.
Oh,
But like, Travis weighed a bag way bigger than mine. But you talk about quantity. Yeah. In the first few hours we fished, Travis was very humble. That's all.
Yeah, he caught the big ones looking at him. You caught him natural.
He said, cast out here and reel in. And I did. And I'm like, this is the greatest day of my life. And I learned how to read his giant 3 TV screens that he has, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot that day, and it was super cool. And
Nah, he's a hell of a guy. He can put you on fish, man. There's no question.
No,
it was personal best smallie. I've never caught one bigger since the first day I went out.
It was cool. And like, I had only known Travis from the show and like, talking here and there, but like, we had a good time, and now we chat all the time. And you spend 9 hours on the boat with somebody, like, you're either going to like them or you're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think we became good friends that day, and we caught some fish that day, and we bullshitted the entire time. I went home that day with 47 fucking crappie to clean the next one.
That's unbelievable.
I'm like, this was awesome. I saw water I'd never seen before. That freaking Camus boat he has is incredible. And it was cool, man. It was opening day of Bass weekend in upstate New York. Like, we were out there with a lot of people that day. There was people putting smallmouth on stringers left and right next to us. I mean, guys keeping just everything in sight. And for Travis to see that, it drove him nuts. So for him to kind of keep his mouth shut when they were coming up to us like, guys, catch anything? And we just watched them basically keep a fish, dump a short over the side of the boat, basically break the law. You know what I mean?
Wow.
You remember that, Travis? Like, there was guys out there, like guides, straight up smallmouth guides, like totally breaking the law. And like,
wow,
you know, as much as tickets as Travis gets, he kept his mouth shut that day. It's like, he goes, this is not the day for it. I'm like, I appreciate it. And I'm sure there's days like karma will get those guys, dude. It will get those guys.
yeah.
Good stuff, man.
I just heard a weird noise. So. Oh man. Outfish Ontario, my new boat did arrive. I gotta pick it up any day now. So
yeah, when's it gonna be done?
it's done right now. He's just waiting for me to come down there and grab it.
Have you sold your old one?
Not yet. Still for sale. Anyone interested in my old Camus,
What's going on?
DM me. I'm gonna give you a great deal on it. But be serious.
What's a great deal? What's the asking price now?
73. It's fully loaded.
What's your bottom line?
73.
All hard, all in. What's your bottom line?
73. And
Would
that's
you take
down.
70?
73. No.
Wait, down from what?
76.
Okay. If somebody waited 3 more months, it was still available. Could they get it for 70?
No, the shop vac moved.
That sounded weird. You didn't sound too confident. If it's
I
available
was-
in 3 months, would you go for 70?
It's not gonna be.
Oh, so you're saying you're going to sell it 73 in the next month?
Yeah.
Eric, what's
you
your
don't sound
boat?
confident. I have no boat, man. I was a skeeter. I sold it last year.
During the peak of boat sales?
You damn right, man. I almost
Smart
got
man.
what I paid for it. Hell
Smart
yeah,
man.
dude. I had 56 hours on the engine. I fish off of everybody else's boat, man. I wasn't using it enough.
No, I mean, when you have best friends like Travis, you just fish on their fucking boat the whole time.
That's right.
I mean, we barely fished last year together.
Yeah.
Me too.
I mean, I hope we fish more this year. It's last
You
year on the
will.
bay. I hope we had all sorts of content ideas last year. We did none.
65 of the free pass to the Antique Roadshow. Yeah.
We had some really good ideas, man. We were going to do some good stuff. I
If-
hope we get to do a few of them this year.
I honestly, like, I truly have ridden on Mavericks, Hell's Bays, Yellowfins, Regulators, Vikings, Penyans, Paulmans, Spencer yachts. Like, I have been so fortunate to ride on so many boats, inshore and offshore saltwater. I mean, real hardcore weather, like not freshwater weather.
Yeah.
Travis's boat in some of the nastiest weather that I've been out per the boat size. Like, I was blown away at how smooth that freaking thing was, how soft it was coming into a head wave. Like, dude, it was nice. That boat is every penny worth the money, every single penny. And
It's super soft, man.
I don't own a boat, and I'm like, this boat is like, I could take your boat 60 miles offshore and go tuna fishing with it, and it's nicer than half the boats I've ever been on tuna
Isn't
fishing.
that crazy? That's crazy. I mean, that's
By
saying
far.
something, man.
And it's fast,
That's
and it's got a
damn
gas pedal. And I said that in my podcast. I told Travis, I go, the whole time we're driving, right? And Travis would motor up and come around a bend and like hammer on it. And I'm like, why isn't his arm doing like with the throttle? And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, your hands are on the wheel. He goes, it's got a gas pedal. I go, it's got a gas pedal? And like, I didn't, like, I'm such a dumbass, like, kind of, you know, I'm kind of new to like the hardcore bass scene. I am. I'm not, and I'll admit that. And I hope people appreciate that. But I didn't realize that boats had gas pedals now. And that fucking thing, like, it handles so well. And dude, we went from 0 to 70. Like, I have no hair. Well, I had hair last year before I went with Travis, but it all blew off when we were hanging out together.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Yeah, bass boats are a gas, man. Mm-hmm.
Amazing. And Travis, you should help people learn how to back their trailer up and dock a boat too, because that was pretty sweet as well.
Yeah, I don't mess around. That's one of the best things I can do in life is probably put a boat on and off a trailer.
And I grew up on a boat
He does
launch.
not struggle in life on that one, man. He's good
No.
like that.
I grew up, my parents' house had a boat launch, and I grew up backing in boats my whole life and putting boats on a trailer. But that was like the fastest shit I literally, Travis was on to the next spot, and I didn't even get into my truck to go. I'm like, dude, you got to slow down here.
He's good, man.
Yeah,
He got some skills. He got the home skills, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What you looking at there, pal?
Nothing.
Does it say Hobby Lobby on the back?
I was looking for the Hobby Lobby sticker. That's vintage, man.
You sure?
Fresh barcode on the back. The
I
guy
don't
just
know,
took
man. They're pretty good at making things look vintage anymore.
He just took some sandpaper and a wet wash and went around the whole thing.
Is that why it has this UPC on the back?
That is correct, sir.
Probably so.
If it
What'd you pay?
if it has a Prop 65 sticker on the back, it's probably not new, man.
What'd you pay?
$39.
I don't know what Hobby Lobby would charge for it, but that
Less
sounds
than a
not
gallon.
crazy.
Less than a gallon of paint, bud.
Are you happy with it?
Yeah.
It ain't from 1865, so don't worry about it.
No.
The real question is your old lady happy with it?
I don't. she's not quite ready to. I don't know what she's going to think of this whole situation.
What do you mean? She's been up there. She was just up there this weekend.
I know, but she hasn't seen what will be.
All right. From what she saw that is B, what did she think B?
That is a good question.
Did she like what she saw?
I just had to repaint the kitchen yellow.
Because that blue, I told you, bro. That blue got thumbed down. That blue got thumbed down hard. You're okay. You're starting to imagine things right now. How many times have you been scared in that house since you've been up there at night?
Keeps looking at the vacuum cleaner.
How many times? For real?
How many times what? What's the question?
Have you been scared or spooked since you've been up there alone at night?
Well, the first couple nights, and maybe a little bit with that light flickering 2 lives ago. That's it.
And what about a moment ago where you keep looking behind you thinking somebody's coming in with a hatchet? Don't look behind you, bro. What if we both, me and Brooks, go, Travis, would you look behind you?
I can see what's going on.
What do you mean? How can you see?
I can see myself on the screen.
Then why do you keep looking back?
Because someone keeps saying the vacuum moved, and 2 people said it. And if one person says it's a joke, and when 2 people say it, I'm going to look.
Don't look now, but I think it did move.
All right, guys, listen. So I honestly do have to do some painting. It's 10:42. If you didn't know, clocks changed yesterday.
Spring forward, man.
Yeah.
That's helping out the project for sure, right? More daylight, get more in, right? How late you think you're going to keep working tonight?
I was thinking about pulling all-nighter tonight.
Another one.
I'm energized. I did 3 this week, so
3 all-nighters.
Yeah.
You're steamrolling. What's on the project plan tonight, man?
I'm gonna go back up and touch up above those HVAC units and get my black wall and that rustic red-orange wall.
Yep.
Completed.
So Stephanie has checked off and thumbed up those colors, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah,
and Cole and
well, it's not like I thought it was, and when I saw
Curly Sue said no. You might have to repaint again.
Color I just painted her office in.
Oh,
that's
which one's hers?
Go get
the rust kind of barnwood.
She was
looking
for a little bit more pink in there, I guess.
A little more pink.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a shade lighter, or no new. It's an accent wall. Big deal, right?
Yeah.
Make her happy. Yeah, she'll be all right. That's his. You'll be fine. That's Travis's good line. You'll be fine.
You'll be all right.
Exactly. You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Well, good deal, man.
Brooks, thanks for hanging out with us, telling us all about.
Brooks.
Man, you had some good stories, good bashing.
I thought it was pretty. Every year it gets better and better.
2 hours in was where your rant about my issues. I'm going to try to find some time and save that. I think that clip is pretty funny. So
I think you got to pin that, man, for sure.
It's pretty valuable. I mean, to you and to Cortland,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like true marketing dollars at work or not at work.
That's true. Yeah.
No, I'll get another couple drinks. I'll speakerphone you, and you can go to work tonight and talk about the same dumb shit we always talk about on the phone. But
yeah,
I had a good time. I just I feel like your guests kind of know what's up with Cortland, with the exception of a few at this point. Would you agree?
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great explanation tonight. Thank you again for that.
No, I appreciate it. I mean, it's honest. There's no bullshit in the marketing that I come up with. Like I said, like everyone makes good braid. They all do. You know what I mean? It's just like what separates you from everyone else. You know what I mean? And I feel like we have a little bit different stuff going on at Cortland, and so does some other brands. You know what I mean? It's just like, what do you look into for braid that we have that others don't, and vice versa? You know what I mean? And that's just, I want to be genuine, and that's what Cortland's all about.
Right on. So you run the social media too.
I do. I have control of the social media. I don't run it. But
okay.
Yes, I do. But you send me something, I'll see it. I have it on my phone, both phones. I'll see it.
Right on.
I wear a lot of hats at
Yeah.
Cortland. We're a small company, man. Like
Yeah,
I don't, we're not a big conglomerate. It's not like Pure Fishing that owns, Penn, Berkeley, this, that, the other thing,
Right.
Shimano with Power Pro. It's Cortland. That's what you're getting. And you're getting me, you're getting Richard, you're getting Matt, you're getting Chris, you're getting Nate, you're getting Scott, you're getting Steve. You know what I mean? Like
made in America too, man, right there in New York. That's pretty cool.
Made in upstate New York from start to finish, every single thing in between.
Yeah.
So
that's the best part.
It's pretty cool, man. Yeah, we got a cool thing going on, and I'm sure we'll grow as time goes on, and I'm pumped to see it. And I'm happy to be involved with your show, with you guys. You guys are awesome, with the exception of Travis getting fucking tickets all the time. Like everything's.
Let's not go there again. Come on.
Everything's great.
I need to introduce you to Scooter Lilly. He just picked up Cash and Rods. He's a Carolina guy, fresh and salt, and just as extraordinary. He's my tournament partner, and he'd be a hell of a representative.
Anybody named Scooter is cool with me. But yeah, no, thanks for having me on. And again, if you guys are still hanging out here, use code free shipping at checkout. And for my blunders for the start of the show, I'm going to throw in another free Cortland decal for you. Order big or small, whatever it is, man, we'll take care of you. If you got any questions, you can email us, info@Cortland Line. You can email me at brobinson@cortlandline.com. I'll answer all your questions. Everybody at Cortland knows their shit, man. These guys are dialed over there. You're not going to find a brand that sells what we sell that has more than 6 guys that know their shit start to finish, both for how to fish, when to fish, what to fish, and all about the product. These guys are legit, man, that I work with. They're really good. They really are. And you pick up the phone, man, you call us and you can talk to us. You could talk to any one of us on the phone. I hate customer service where it's like, you got to press a button, press this button, do that, do this. And like you get the runaround. Not at Cortland, man. You press one, customer service. You're going to get one of the 6 guys that know their shit at the brand. And if we don't know it, we're going to call guys like you, Eric, and you, Travis, that know their shit, and we'll get back to you with an answer.
That's awesome.
Fair enough.
That's rare anymore.
Yeah,
it is.
Hard to find, man. Hard to find.
It's so bad. Trust me, when I rent a car and I don't know if I'm going to get an SUV, even though I rented an SUV and they want to sell me a Camry and I can't get someone on the phone, it just makes me proud of the business that we got going on today at Cortland. It's great.
I agree, man. I run a small business too, Brooksy, and I've got 26 internal employees and 80 some odd people in the field, and we talk to our customers all the time, and we stand up against the national competition like global companies. When we're on an account, we generally tend to dominate there, and it as a small business, I mean, local Mid-Atlantic region right here in Annapolis, Maryland, and makes me really proud that we can go head to head and beat and really stamp on global companies that have infinitely more resources than we do.
Yep.
So makes me proud, man.
Good
to know another small business that kicks ass like that.
For
Good
sure.
stuff.
Appreciate that.
Be proud of that. Yep.
Appreciate that.
Very much so.
Well, I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby tomorrow and try to return this. Good show tonight, guys.
What's the price on that? Let's look. Hobby Lobby head and fishing tackle.
They don't
sign.
have. People in the comments would have said something.
You
Somebody
sure
Google this. Hobby
Eric
Lobby.
will find it.
We'll find it.
It's
Did anybody look for that at Hobby Lobby? $19.99. You got your first offer. Good old Tom Powell. Auction it off right now.
I know. No, I'm keeping it, man.
$15. Bo Judd, you're in second. Tom stepped out strong with $19.99.
Auction.
I have other frames with $39. $42. Next auction, I'll have that for $10. Sloppy Grumpy said next auction he's getting it for 10.
Oh man.
Nah, man, it's good looking stuff, man. Who cares if it's new or old, right? You don't have to have
old,
both.
Eric. It's old.
You sure it's old?
Man, I'm pretty sure it is because
I'm pretty sure it's not.
it was in a vintage.
Listen, dude, I've been into a lot of antique stores, right? I've antiqued for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And there's one store in particular. It's called Black Bear Trading Post. It's up in Deep Creek in Western Maryland.
Okay.
They have a slew of vintage fishing signs. And if you didn't know it, you would swear they were old. They're metal. Some are framed, some are not. So I'm just giving you the heads up that there's a lot of good stuff out there if you want to coat those walls with really cool looking stuff. It's really hard to find the really old vintage stuff. There's some really cool old postcards too, which you probably could find, and you could put those along the little edge, man. Done some decorating in my life, bro. There's lots out there for you, but there you got to be careful because you can get some new stuff that looks old. You gotta pick that thing up and look at it again.
That thing is fucking brand new.
No, it isn't.
Look at the back. Look at the back
of that thing.
Look at the back of the thing.
What I think was they bought this cardboard for the back of the for the.
All right, let's look at the frame. Hold the frame up.
Well,
Hold the frame up.
Kind of vintage too.
So you think what you got is a new frame
I
with
think
an
what I have
old
is
sign
the original, but the back was purchased made
from
in
Hobby
China
Lobby
for Riverside Products of St. Clair, Missouri.
It's not even a city.
Okay, it's on Etsy for $10. I just Googled it, and Dennis
It's
McNellis
not.
is not kidding.
It's not. No.
Tom says, Travis, check your Instagram right now. I think they just found it.
That's not. Well, Tom sent me a picture of one he has,
Okay.
but it's different.
All right.
He has a picture of the famous lures that Hidden makes.
Right.
There you go.
Tom, is that
And
old
I'm
or
sorry
new?
if he found that at Hobby Lobby. But I found this at the state market
Hold on,
vintage
I need to
store
take a picture of this moment because
in
this
Watertown.
hold on.
Okay.
That's the proud owner of this sign, and we're gonna go. Has anybody seen this? Hold up. So touch that bass a little more carefully. Can you touch it with your left glove, your black glove? That really would just yes, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. All right.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. I got it. Tom Pavlov says Hobby Lobby 3 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, somebody says make sure that map of the old lake region is not skin instead of birchwood.
It's pretty cool, man.
No, I know it is.
All right, Brooks, Eric, you guys, and everybody who's been hanging out with us now. I can't see how many subscribers or how many.
There's 132.
We had a pretty good number tonight, Eric. Okay, so but that's fine.
Yeah, right. I mean, generally does at the end of the show. No, good numbers for sure.
That's pretty good.
Oh my God! Listen, so I also bought 2 wiggle warts for $7 there.
That's a good. Let's see the colors. Where are they at?
They're it's all chrome with the black skeleton or whatever you call that, or green
like a shore minnow pattern.
Yeah, and then they had 3 wiggle warts, all chartreuse and a different colored one, but they wanted like $28 a piece for those.
Crazy.
Is that too much?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little expensive. Well, it depends on, you got to tell me a little bit more about chartreuse. Just all chartreuse, or was it like with a brown back? I mean, it had orange belly.
It was just pretty much chartreuse. It wasn't like a croc pattern. I would have bought that.
I wonder why. Why the price differential? $7 is a good price.
Oh, so they have different vendors that buy booth spaces.
Oh, so it's 2 different vendors. That was the same booth. Okay, I gotcha. Hell no. No, man, the $7 one, buy all you can find for $7.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah. Good, man. Nice.
Bob goes, I just screenshotted you taking a pic of Travis holding the pic, just in case.
I love it.
Brooks, any final words?
Yeah. Free shipping at checkout. Eric, you got to come up and steelhead fish.
Right on.
Like soon.
Yeah.
you got till about May 1st.
Okay.
And then Travis, you actually have to put together a YouTube video the next time we go bass fishing.
I will, for sure.
And you also have to rig up all my shit like you did last time.
He's good like that.
And that's all I got. And thanks for having me, dude. You guys crush it. I love the show. The shit kicks ass.
Thank you.
It's really informative. I know your guests love it, and I love coming on, and I love working with you guys, and you guys are the real deal. I hope your listeners know that you guys are the real deal. Like, you're honest. You guys know your shit. You guys catch fish, and the show's great, man. And I love being a part of it.
There you
Thanks,
go,
man. It was a good time. Good time, man.
Very good. All right, guys, let's end it on that. As always, until next time, we'll see you guys on the water.
On the water. Do it with the left hand. Left hand with the black glove.
See you
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Is that good?
That's good.
Oh, Brooks just
he's
disappears.
He's
Good, I
out.
like that. We'll have to
Cool.
chit chat after the show, and I can just get back up to painting.
Man,
See
do it, man.
you guys.
See ya. See ya.
Out.